Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell Energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Josh App Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. My name is Selvin. I'm a veteran gamer, and I'll be your caster for the day. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in all these days because we have an amazing qualifier, an amazing tournament lined up only for you guys. Just to let you know, this is the qualifier 2 for the main event to happen in December. Okay, CJ, that's Charanjot Singh, won the qualifier 1, and we are now awaiting the result of qualifier 2. We have some amazing games lined up today just for you, and it's going to be some amazing goals, some amazing chances, some amazing skill moves, a lot of crazy things lined up just for you all. As you all must have seen in the past few days, we've had a lot of goals, we've had some individual performances, we've had some moments of magic, we've had everything that we can possibly witness in a FIFA game. So I think it's going to be an amazing day today, and we are going to be in for some exciting goals. My friend Lokmanu, who is also a fellow caster, is also going to be playing today. The first match is going to be his game, and we are for sure going to expect a lot of goals from Lokmanu. Let me just take you to the format screen. As you all know, it's FIFA Ultimate Team. That is the game mode. We are right now in phase 1, which is single elimination knockout. That's 2 games of FIFA, and it's no away goals rule. Based on the aggregate, the result will be decided. Once we move into phase 2, which is the next round, there will be double elimination, and it's going to be a very, very tough competition. And if you lose twice, that's when you are eliminated from the tournament. So this gives everybody a fair chance. And we're going to go now next up to the fixture screen. You've already seen a lot of these games, and today's games are going to be there as well, as you can see on your screen. We're going to have some crazy, crazy matches lined up, including Lokmanu versus Dhruv, Chaitanya versus Siddharth, Samuel versus Rudraksh are the 3 games that are lined up for today. We can expect a lot of goals. We can expect a lot of defensive masterclass and a lot more things just for you all today. Once again, today's matches, as you can see on your screen, Lokmanu Chaturvedi versus Dhruv Krishna at 6:15 p.m., which is our first game and which is going to start anytime soon. Once that is done, we go on to Rudraksh Bali versus Samuel Kamraj, possibly one of the best game of this tournament of phase 1. After that, we'll have Chaitanya Singh versus Siddharth Thapa, another great game, and that's going to promise a lot of goals and a lot of fun for all of us. I am pretty excited for all these games. You can drop in your predictions in the chat because we would like to see what you think about these games. You can let us know the scores. You can let us know the results. You can let us know who is going to win from these players. You can let us know which player from their team is going to score. Let us know something in the comments, and we'll be very happy to see your engagement as well. Moving on, we have the first game for the day, Lokmanu Chaturvedi versus Dhruv Krishna, which is going to start anytime soon. Now, as I know Lokmanu personally, I am very sure that he is going to put up a show for everyone. We had a discussion from the last few days saying that, it is very important to play some attacking football, and it is also very important to have the entertainment point of view in store. As we've been discussing for a long time, there is always a favorite to win the game, and there is always an underdog. And if you all would ask me, I think a lot of people would agree with me. Lokmanu is going to go into this as a very heavy favorite, considering that he's been so consistent for a long, long time from a lot of FIFAs. He's been one of the best players in India for a long time. He also represents the Indian national e-football team. Dhruv Krishna, on the other hand, is a relatively new name. But then we've seen a lot of underdogs coming into this tournament, making a name for themselves. And Dhruv is going to go all out today to make a name for himself. So I think it's going to be a pretty amazing tournament for all of us to watch. And this game especially is going to produce a lot of goals. I personally cannot wait to see what's going to happen. But if I could give you a prediction, I'm going to tell you Lokmanu is going to win this by at least 3 goals. and I'm hoping for a lot of goals, a lot of skills, a lot of madness to happen from both Lokmanu and Dhruv. If you're from Dhruv's camp, I'm legit hoping that this game becomes really interesting and really exciting. And having said that, I cannot wait for this game to start, and we will be starting with the game anytime soon. Make sure to drop in your predictions as to who do you think will win. Will it be Lokmanu? Will it be Dhruv? You can go ahead with the first leg score. You can go ahead with the second leg score. You can go ahead with the player predictions as to who do you think will be the top scorer of this game, will be the first scorer of this game, and who will be the man of the match. And this is going to be a very interesting game. Having said that, it's going to be a very, very close affair when it comes to tactics, because I know Lokmanu is always prepared for his opponent, but this time he doesn't really know the play style of his opponent, or he doesn't really know what his opponent would come up with. But then you can let me know about what you think. Will Lokmanu go with his formations, his tactics, his play style, and everything would be fine. And I think I'm also going to talk to you all about the games that we've seen throughout this tournament. We saw some great game on day one between Sahil and Kyle, which produced 14 goals. That's right, 14 goals in FIFA 21 over 2 legs is something incredible. I personally thought we may not see that again, but then the very next day we had an amazing game between Akshat and Darvesh, where we thought Darvesh was the clear favorite, but Akshat went on to score 16 goals in total along with Darvesh, and it was an absolute moment of magic that was produced throughout the game. We also saw some great games between Nihal Thomas and Tinkerbell, and that was pretty expected of Nihal to win it. And then we saw a very, very, very close game between Akash and Aman Varsi, which went down to the wire, produced some magical entertainment for all of us. And I cannot really wait to see what today's games are going to be, like. And if you have any predictions, drop them in the comments. And we will be starting with the games anytime soon. Uh, I think it's going to be like, hardly any time before the game starts. So in case if you're, wanting to invite your friends, please go ahead, call them over. And that's going to be a great thing, because you should not miss out on these games. Also, in case you are new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because Esports has a lot of content coming up for you with FIFA and with many other games. There are a lot of tournaments. There is a lot of content just for you guys. So if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel right away. Once again, on your screen, you can see today's match, the first game of the day, which is Lokmanu versus Dhruv, which will start anytime soon. Invite your friends, if you're a friend of Lokmanu, let us know in the comments. If you're a friend or a fan of Dhruv, let us know in the comments, and we'll be very happy to see, a great a great comment section from you all. The game will start anytime soon without any delays. Do not worry about that. I think we're going to expect a lot of goals, as I was saying, and this is going to be something exciting, something entertaining for all of you all. In the meanwhile, if I could just tell you all a bit about Lokmanu, this is something that he did not ask me to, but then he is one of the best FIFA players in India, and he's been very consistently dominant in the Indian FIFA scene, probably one of the best 10 players in India for I do not know how many years. I think it's going to be more than 3 or 4 years that he's been consistent, he's been dominant, he's won a lot of tournaments, he's qualified for a lot of tournaments, he's represented India at multiple events as well, and here he is trying to make his way through the qualifier 2, trying to represent himself and his organization so that he can make a name for himself and get his first ever national title that he's hoping for. But for that, of course, he has to go through a lot of players, including Dhruv Krishna, and then a lot more players. And finally, via Charan Jyot, who is already waiting in the grand finals, as Charan Jyot was the winner of qualifier 1. Having said that, we spoke about Lokmanu being one of the top 10 best players in the country right now. Along with him, we have a lot of FIFA talent which are a part of this tournament. We have Aditya Chadda, we have Saransh Jain, we have Soma Ghosh, we have Naveen, we have Vicky. We have so many great players in that who are already in the next round. And Lokmanu is someone who's certainly waiting to join them. And I'm hoping Dhruv comes up with a great master plan, makes this interesting for us. And since it's a game of FIFA, we never know what can happen. And Having said that, I think we're going to start with the game anytime soon. If you haven't dropped your predictions yet, make sure to do it right away, because we will really need to see what you guys think in the comment section with regards to the score of this game. Also, you can also let me know who do you think is going to win the entire qualifier too. There's a lot of big names in there, people who are verified in FIFA, people who've won multiple tournaments, who've been, I think, everywhere. And we're going to go right into the game which has started. Lokmanu's team is class of 92 and Dhruv's team is Rick and Morty. There's a pause queued right now, and this is going to be a very, very, very interesting game. So let's see what tactics are Dhruv and Lokmanu coming up with. We're just waiting for the game to start. There's a pause queued. I think that's Lokmanu's team that you can see there. Neymar Jr., Cristiano Ronaldo, Paulo Dybala, Acuna, which is his favorite player. He's going with his preferred formation 4-4-2, as he told us. So Lokmanu is the one in the Manchester United kit, and Dhruv is playing in the PSG kit. Of course, this is going to be a great game. Kante passes it on, and it's Dhruv who has the kickoff with El Sharawi running on the wings. And Lokmanu has read it, but then El Sharawi has found a way through. Is this going to be a first goal right away? Kante with the ball. Cristiano Ronaldo back to Kante. Takes his time. Does not hurry it up. Wijnaldum back to Cristiano Ronaldo. Patient play. And I think Lokmanu has to sit back and wait for that right opportunity to get the ball. Kenny Dalglish with the chance. That's a good skill out there. And he's through here, but that's well defended by Jordi Alba. Dybala with the ball, but then Alexis has won it back. Quadrado back again for Dhruv, trying to create some space, trying to create that magic. Kenny Dalglish dropping back. Kante with the ball, trying to create that space, but then that's well defended by Sergio Ramos, who is his favorite defender. And I think a lot of people prefer him to be the favorite defender. There's another pause queued by Dhruv. I think he realizes that he wants to make some changes. Meanwhile, Lokmanu trying to get his first attack on with Verratti, trying to do some fancy skill moves and get into the best area. There we go with Acuna, his favorite player. I have a feeling he's going to score with Acuna today, because that's what he intends. There's Cristiano Ronaldo taking his time, not rushing it through. Verratti with the ball, asking Dhruv to come and press and not sit back in that defensive area. I think he's waiting for that. But it looks like there is some technical delay between those players, because we could see the red bar on there. The ping was pretty high as well. And a pause has been queued once again. We will know what's happening right after the pause is done. Meanwhile, this does look like a very sweaty end-to-end game. It's not going to be that easy for any of these two guys to open themselves up. Looking at how they're not committing with their defense, you can let me know your thoughts. Lokmanu has gone with that 4-4-2 favorite formation, and I think we've both of them were not able to continue with the game. There must be some technical difficulties. So I think we will see what's happening next. We will get back to you soon with regards to this. In the meanwhile, you can again go ahead and invite your friends. We are sorry for the technical delays that have happened. And it looks like there were some ping issues. And, since it's a tournament, you cannot really risk playing on a high ping. And we will get an update on the same. In the meanwhile, if you could take a look at the fixtures right away, I would just be very happy to just go ahead and talk to you once again about the fixtures. As you can see, the entire day's fixtures, okay? Now, do not just look at the first bracket, but also look at the second bracket. I've already told you a lot about the first bracket. Nihal Thomas versus Aditya Chadda is going to be one of the tournament favorite games, because both of these players have had a multiple, they have their tournament winning abilities. They have a lot of trophies, they have a lot of certificates for winning tournaments. And both of them have that capability to go all the way and win this qualifier too. Nihal versus Aditya is going to be a cracker of a game. Akshat versus Vicky, once again, a lot of potential in that game to be, a classic game, especially after seeing what Akshat did to Darvesh in that first round, which was really surprising for a lot of people. And I think Akshat versus Vicky is going to be no less. Kyle versus Sagnik Banerjee. Now, these two players, both of them, they love to skill a lot. They love to, frustrate their opponent with that skill moves, with those skill moves. And they try to do something very unique every time they get the ball. And their main priority is entertainment. So Kyle versus Sagnik, I'm not sure if it's going to be a close end game, if it's going to be like, very sweaty or if it's going to be very entertaining. But then one thing I know is that there's going to be a lot of skill moves. There is going to be a lot of madness in that game. Akash versus Shubham Jadhav. Shubham Jadhav, again, one of the best players who's been in the scene for a while. He is going to be, I'm sure he's seen Akash's gameplay. Akash was very solid, very composed in that game versus Aman Varsi, keeping that lead. And Shubham must have taken notes from that game. And I think he's going to try his best to, qualify from this. And Shubham, of course, who loves competing in every type of tournament, who wants to win every type of tournament as well, and has a great ultimate team. Moving on, we have Jatin versus Saransh. Jatin is somebody who got a bye into the next round since Sachin Jadhav unfortunately could not make it on time. But he will be up against Saransh Jain, possibly the most consistent FIFA player in India for the last 5 years. And I think we'll come back to this because we're going to go back to the game. The game has just started. The same kits once again. Lokmanu wearing the Manchester United kit, and Dhruv is going to be wearing his PSG kit. Again, the patient build-up. Dhruv is the one who's got the home side. He's waiting for Lokmanu to attack, and look at that. I think he's got his game right. He understands what he has to do to put Lokmanu to pressure, but then he's made a mistake, and Ronaldo can capitalize, gives it to Atal, takes his time. Moving forward, there's Ronaldo again, back to Verratti. He's going to wait for Dhruv to try and attack and put some pressure. Here's Neymar with the ball roll, but okay, he's got a chance, and that's well cleared by Dhruv. Jordi Alba doing the defensive work for Lokmanu, but then he's given a corner kick away, and I think there's going to be another pause feud. Here are the teams that you can see. Lokmanu, of course, going with an absolute belter of a team. Neymar Jr., Ronaldo, Dybala, his favorite Acuna. There's Verratti, there's Atal, Jordi Alba, Sergio Ramos, Militao, Cuadrado. I think that is a great team. And of course, his keeper is Courtois, who's made some amazing saves, not just for him, but for a lot of people who've trusted Courtois to do this. And we've seen some changes. Seen De Bruyne coming on for Kante for Dhruv. And I think Ronaldo from Dhruv is the player to watch because he is going to be involved in a lot of goals for sure, at least in the chances created. Here's De Bruyne, passes it to Ronaldo, waits for Lokmanu to come and commit, trying to work his magic from the wings is El Sharawi, but Lokmanu wins the ball back in a very good position. This can be a great counter. Neymar is free. He's waiting for that run from Acuna, which he now sees back to Ronaldo on the wings to Atal. This is a pretty balanced formation that Lokmanu plays, and I think it's a risk versus reward because he knows he may not score a lot of goals in this, but then he'll not concede a lot too. And here is Neymar trying to use some of his magic to get past those defenders. Neymar again, once again, heel to heel, and that's going to be the first goal. Neymar Jr., not even surprising, the classic, the trademark Lokmanu goal, and the classic Neymar celebration as well, the dance that annoys a lot of people. But then this goal deserves a celebration. Very well done by Lokmanu. His traditional fake shot stop, making that space and shooting it right where the keeper could not save it. 1-0 to Lokmanu, 13 minutes in. Now this is going to be an epic game. Let's see what Dhruv can do to answer this one. He has a good chance with the kickoff and he has to make the most of it. He has to be calm under pressure, as I've always been saying, when it comes to tournaments, the most important thing is your mentality, is that ability to play under pressure, is that ability to understand that you can come out of anything and you can decide the game anytime that you want. Here is Dhruv with Kenny Dalglish. He's going to try and attack, but then you cannot just run past Lokmanu that way because his defenders and his gameplay is too good. Like, you cannot just run past him. Here's Neymar once again, looking for that opportunity. Gives the ball to Acuna, to Ronaldo. I will not be surprised if Ronaldo scores a hat-trick today for Lokmanu because he loves to score with Ronaldo and does that celebration as well. Here's Neymar, twisting and turning. Acuna trying to do the directional nutmeg. And there's Nick Pope, who's got the ball now. But look at Dhruv. I think he's panicking right now, and that's something that you would not like to see if you are his friend who's watching in the chats. Here's back to Acuna, Lokmanu's favorite player. Back to Ronaldo. There's going to be a chance. There's that heel to heel. Some quick movement there, and that's going to be 2-0 before he scores. Cristiano Ronaldo. And as I said, that C celebration. 2-0 to Lokmanu. I think he's running away with this one. And Dhruv needs to make sure that his defense is in place for that last skill move that Lokmanu does to open that space, because he's going to do it very, very, very open. And I know Lokman personally, he is not going to stop no matter how many goals he scores. He is going to continue till the 90th minute. And Dhruv has to come up with something special here to overcome this 2-goal deficit against a pro FIFA player. Having said that, here is De Bruyne. Lokman is sitting back, holding on. And Dhruv is someone who looks very, very nervous right now. He doesn't know where to go. And he is misplacing his passes. Not a good sign for Dhruv. If you are a Dhruv fan, if you're a friend of Dhruv, I think it's a mountain to climb for him. I would love to see some goals as a neutral, as a caster. And having said that, here it is, 2-1. Game on. Dhruv scores with Kenny Dalglish with a brilliant skill move and a brilliant finish. I think Dhruv for sure knows that, he has to make a name for himself. And no matter what happens, he's not going to he's not going to fear Lokmanu's personality. And this is going to be a great game for us. I think the next goal is going to be very, very, very important. Because if Lokmanu scores it, it's going to be 3-1. And then I do not see Lokmanu conceding more goals after that. But if Dhruv can get that next goal, I think Lokmanu is going to be under pressure as well. And this is going to open up. The game is going to open up very well. Having said that, here we go. Dhruv is trying his best. He looks much more confident with his passing, with his movement on the ball. Tries to cross it in with Wijnaldum. Gets the ball back. Ben Chilwell on the ball. De Bruyne to Kenny Dalglish, the goal scorer, to Cristiano Ronaldo. Is that going to be 2-2? But that is very well defended. Clutch defending out there by the man himself, Sergio Ramos. And here's Lokman trying to regroup. Gives the ball to Atal. There's space on the wings. There's space in the center. Cuadrado coming in from right back. I'm sure he's going to pass it back and move Cuadrado back to his position, which he does. Here's Verratti playing it into Ronaldo. Acuna. Is that going to be a pass to Neymar? It is, but then that's well defended. And Neymar, 1 second here and there, that could have been a goal. And Dhruv is going to be considering himself lucky that he did not give away a penalty out there, considering how easily you can give away a penalty in this game. Verratti with the ball to Neymar Jr. He's going to try and find Ronaldo, I am sure. And here he is with that Ronaldo first time fake shot. Ronaldo goes ahead, and that is a big, big, big save by Nick Pope. Believe me, most of you all, including me, most of us thought that's going to be 3-1 because Cristiano Ronaldo is unlikely to miss that chance. And it still stays at 2-1, which means Dhruv still has a great chance to come back into this game. Here he has a great counter-attacking opportunity. Moves away from the defender, plays it back to De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne has been his go-to man for now when it comes to building up those attacks. And he prefers going on the wings and trying to make some attack from the wings. But Cuadrado is pretty solid. Also, he has Militao and Sergio Ramos. 2-1 at the end of the first half. It has been intense. There's been a lot of intensity, a lot of action in that half. Looking at the stats, one shot, of course, which was converted by Dhruv, and Lokman had 3 chances out of which he's converted 2, and he came in very close with Ronaldo and also very close with Neymar, but then that was pretty well defended. We're going to go into the second half anytime soon. Look at Lokman's team once again. If you all feel he should make any changes in this team, if you all feel Dhruv should make any changes in this team, let me know in the comments with regards to what player should he sub off, what player should he sub on, what should he do in this situation where he's 2-1 up and he has another leg of FIFA to go. But before that leg, we have another half which is starting now. Lokman will kick off this half with Neymar Jr. and in that Manchester United kit. Okay, so as we speak about substitutions, Dhruv has made 2 substitutions. He's got Atal on for Renato Sanchez, and he's made another substitution. He's got Benzema on, which is a surprising thing, but I think if it works for him, then why not? Lokman looking pretty confident already. Look at him running with the ball, trying to make that space. Verratti to Atal, to Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to play to Neymar, find that space, wait for Dhruv to come in front, trying to attack. Acuna. Are we going to see some Acuna Matata magic? I'm not too sure, but Cristiano Ronaldo has already shown some of his magic, which he does almost every week, has proved why he is one of the best players in this game. Neymar Jr. once again considered to be the best player in this game by a lot of people because of his skill moves, because of his weak foot, because of his ability to create goals and score them as well. But having uh, praised Cristiano Ronaldo so much, he's misplaced the pass. Lokman has misplaced the pass, but nothing to worry about if you're a Lokman fan, because he is in here. But that's a big save. Lokman is not going to be happy about that. Two big chances missed, and they should have been a goal, and that should have been 4-1 now. But the score remains at 2-1. Dhruv has to learn from this and not allow Lokman that much space in the final third. This is going to be fatal if it keeps happening. Acuna is in again. Cristiano Ronaldo with a lot of space. Acuna, I'm sure he's going to try and play to Neymar or to Cristiano. But here's Neymar. That should be 3-1. It is 3-1. And I have to say, I just call him the best player in this game, because a lot of people consider that he can do everything, and he just did that there. There's Cristiano Ronaldo, 4-1. Lokman is running away. Another classic Cristiano Ronaldo celebration, which he normally does with Marcelo in real life. But here we go, 4-1. And Lokman now has a lot of breathing space. Wow, I'm pretty impressed with how Lokman has, dealt with that goal that he conceded and those chances that he missed. But he's come back very, very, very solid. And if you are a Lokman fan or Lokman friend, if you watch his streams, I think you know there is no way Lokman is gonna crumble under pressure after being 4-1 up in a tournament game. Dhruv has to make sure that he goes on the attack, tries to get that next goal, because if Lokman gets another one, I think it's going to be over before we even get into the second leg. Dhruv patient on the ball, plays it to Ronaldo, who will expect to do something that Lokman Ronaldo did, and he is again forced a pass under pressure, which I think he would have executed if he was not playing a tournament game. But then the pressure of a tournament game is completely different, especially when you're playing up against a player who's as experienced as Lokman. Here's Benzema trying to run through, and he's found a way through. That's a clutch block there by Eder Militao. What a block at a very crucial time. Benzema was through on goal. And let's see what corner tactics does Dhruv imply here. And Courtois was ready for it. It's going to come back to Dhruv. The ball is still with him. Here's Wijnaldum. Gives it to Kenny Dalglish, who has scored the only goal right now for Dhruv. Atal, can he do something? Can he work some magic for him? The answer right now is no. Jordi Alba gives it to Acuna. A lot of space opening up now. Here is Neymar Jr., who has done it time and again for Lokman, but then this time he's given the ball away. I think that was well anticipated by Dhruv out there. And having said that, I'm hoping that you guys are not experiencing any technical difficulties, because I can clearly see the game is not as fast as it should be for Lokman and Dhruv, considering the red bar that you can see on your system. Lokman defending well under pressure, not crumbling, and I think that's what you like to see if you are a friend of Lokman. As a commentator, we want to see a lot of goals. I want to see a lot of goals, a lot of skill moves, a lot of madness, and a lot of magic as well, which Lokman and his players are capable of. Speaking about magic, here is Neymar Jr. on the ball, waiting for the right opportunity to make that crucial pass, which has now been played by Verratti to Acuna. I think Lokman is going to try everything to score with Acuna in this one. And here he is waiting for Dhruv to come out so that he can make that final pass, which is now to Ronaldo. I will not be surprised if he takes a long shot from here. But he's opened up that space very beautifully. And as I was saying, it's a hat-trick for Cristiano Ronaldo. There are no surprises there. There's no surprise at all that Cristiano Ronaldo has scored yet another hat-trick. Not just for Lokman, but it's just something that we are used to seeing. A man with more than 50 hat-tricks in his real life has scored another hat-trick for Lokman. And who else with the assist but Neymar Jr. Lokman with no celebrations this time. I think he completely understands that he has to get over with this game and finish this one on a high. He's queued a pause. I think he wants to make some changes to his team or change some strategy just to make sure that he does not concede any more goals. And Dhruv does not look very confident. He looks very shaky with his passing, losing the ball way too cheaply. And if Lokman can score one more, I have a feeling he's going to score a lot more in the second leg as well. Ronaldo in again. Is he going to get that fourth goal? But this time he's offside. And that's a pause being cued by Lokmanu. If you are watching, let me know your thoughts about Lokmanu's performance already, because he has played a very excellent second half. I think one of the best second half that I've seen from him personally, after watching his streams regularly, after watching him play regularly. And he is going to switch to a different formation with his attacking plan, obviously, so that he does not concede any more goals and puts that pressure on Dhruv going into that second leg. We're resuming the match right away. And since Lokmanu's Ronaldo was offside, Dhruv has the restart from defense. From Yerry Mina plays it on the right to Cuadrado, to De Bruyne, to Benzema. Patient build up here, but then this is something that he needs to step up on, because right now he has very less time. I'm sure he's in two minds. He doesn't want to concede one more, because Lokmanu is looking very dangerous going forward. The last 3 times he's gone forward, he scored from his attacks. And I think Lokmanu is going to see this out till the 90th minute, not lose the ball, and then go for that final opportunity that can be the nail to the coffin. And there we go. As we speak about a nail to the coffin, Lokmanu's Ronaldo with a final nail, an agonizing nail to Dhruv's coffin in this game. Unfortunately for Dhruv, his tactics were not able to contain Lokmanu in the first leg, and it's 6-1, a huge victory for Lokmanu while he was not hosting the game. So he was away and he's got 6 goals in the game already. 6-1 is the result. Dhruv tried his best. I think he had a lot of chances and he could have made a lot of difference as well right at the start. But then Lokmanu too strong with regards to his defense, with regards to his overall gameplay. And I don't think there was any stopping him once he started. Once again, you can see it on the screen. Lokmanu Chaturvedi 6 and Dhruv Krishna 1. A masterclass shown by Lokmanu. Of course, he would have liked to have a clean sheet. But then 6-1 is a big victory going into the second leg. If you have any predictions for the second leg, do you think Dhruv can make a comeback, or do you think Lokmanu is going to run away with this one? Let me know in the comments. If you are watching, if you want to invite your friends, share the link with them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because Esports has a lot of tournaments, has a lot of content for all gamers and non-gamers as well, with regards to a lot of giveaways, a lot of prizes, and much more and everything. And having said that, we're going to go into the second leg anytime soon. But before that, please make sure to invite your friends and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much once again, guys, for tuning in. I think Lokmanu has put up a big show for all of y'all, and it has been a great performance by Lokmanu. I am sure you all agree with me. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you do. The next game is going to start anytime soon. But before that, just to let you all know, if you have missed this game, Lokmanu Chaturvedi 6, Dhruv Krishna 1, 4 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo, 2 goals by Neymar, 1 goal by Kenny Dalglish for Lokmanu, for Dhruv. And that's the result once again. The first leg ended 6-1 for Lokmanu, in the favor of Lokmanu. We'll be having the second leg anytime soon. And that's his team again. That's Dhruv's team once again. As you can see, that's a great team. But he'll be making some changes once the game starts, because that's what he did in the last game. He brought on De Bruyne for Kante in that midfield. And later on in the game, he gets on a lot more players as well. We are into the second leg. Dhruv is going to go all out in this game, trying to make sure that he gets a result, or at least makes Lokmanu feel not comfortable with this victory. He's going to do everything to try and do this. Here's Lokmanu's team, class of 92, and he is going to be the home team this time, again in the Manchester United kit, whereas Dhruv will be in that PSG kit. We've got a lot of comments in there as well. A lot of friends of Dhruv. I'm sure you all would like to see Dhruv trying to, do something very spectacular in this leg. and we're very sure that Dhruv is going to come up with something. But Lokmanu is a very experienced player, a professional player who's been playing for a long time, and he has the experience. So Dhruv is going to put out his A game, put out the best FIFA that he's played ever to try and overcome this deficit, because a 5-goal deficit, it is possible. It's certainly not impossible, but it'll be very, very, very difficult against a player of the caliber of Lokmanu. Having said that, if Dhruv can get the first goal with this attack, you never know how this game can swing in his favor. But that's very well defended by Jordi Alba. Running on the wings, trying to exploit that right wing as Cuadrado was in front. Jordi Alba back on the wings, and Dybala, is he going to win the race from his Juventus teammate Cuadrado? The answer is no. It's been given to Kante. I don't think he's going to substitute Kante anytime soon, because he's not queued a pause in yet. Yes, Kenny Dalglish is the only goal scorer for Dhruv from that first leg. Back to Kante, back to Wijnaldum. He's going to try and create, and he's going to try and open Lokmanu up some way, because this tactic clearly for him is not working. And if I was Dhruv at this stage, I think I have to, go a little more on the attack, get more bodies in front without thinking about conceding more goals, because you need to get those goals at the end of the day and not just restrict his Lokmanu's goals. And Lokmanu pretty much sticking to his original game plan, which he prefers by attacking through the center, waiting for the right place, for the right time, and releasing the final through ball, and then trying a skill move to open that gap, as he was trying to do again with Cristiano Ronaldo. Dhruv with the chance again. El Shaarawy running forward. Kenny Dalglish back to Wijnaldum, back to Kante, and that's a loose ball there, but then he's not lost it. Cristiano Ronaldo again trying to do the directional nutmeg and trying to open up space. Lokmanu was very well prepared for the same. Here's Neymar Jr. back to Dybala, who had a great game. I think all his players had a fantastic first leg, especially his midfield. His attack was obviously on another level in that game, and his midfield was pretty solid with the passing, with the interceptions, and with everything that he did. And here he is waiting patiently for Dhruv to, try to attack him, put that pressure so that he can release that final ball. And he's trying to do that elastico to make that space, but then Dhruv has got the ball out of trouble. He has to, for sure, Dhruv has to push up and make sure that his players are putting a lot more pressure on Lokmanu, and he has to take some risks here and not play those loose balls as he just did with Kante, and he's lost the ball. Here's Ronaldo. Neymar is making that run, and that's a very, very scary sight to see Ronaldo and Neymar running at your defenders in a dangerous position, especially both of them who have 5-star skill moves in this game. Atal tried to get it to Ronaldo. I think Lokmanu has come up with that plan. He wants to give the ball to Ronaldo and Neymar in those danger areas, wait for the right time to execute that final through ball, and then make that run. And having said that, Dybala is in here. Is that going to be a shot by Dybala? Is that going to be an extra pass? I think he's going to go for an extra pass. He's cancelled a lot of his shots there. And that is well defended under pressure by Dhruv, who is still looking to try and get that goal and who looks very shaky at the back. But he is doing his best, and that's what matters. I'm sure he's going to learn a lot from this experience that he's got in this game, especially with regards to his defense. Lokmanu not rushing this up. He knows Dhruv is the one who has to attack, and there is no need to take any unnecessary risk in this game. Here's Neymar to Ronaldo. We need to see some goals. Ronaldo with those step overs. He's got that space, and that is going to be 1-0. Once you see Ronaldo going into that zone without any defender close to him, when he takes a shot, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be a goal. And this was no different. Cristiano Ronaldo with his first goal of this leg, his 5th goal of the tie, 7-1 on aggregate for Lokmanu Chaturvedi. Dhruv needs to respond very soon, and I think he's gone on attack, and because Neymar is in through, that's pretty nicely done, but I think he overdid it a little. But big ups to Dhruv. He managed to get his keeper out and get the ball out of danger. Stays at 7-1. Dhruv, I think, has gone now on ultra attacking because of the space that you can see in defense. Dybala tried to cut it back to Cristiano Ronaldo. That's going to be a corner. And let's see what strategy Lokmanu applies. He's going for Cristiano Ronaldo, the obvious choice. Back to Dybala. He's going to doing some skill moves, and that is clearly some frustration which you would not like to see as a FIFA professional. But then you can understand when this happens, because when things do not go your way, when you play against a player of Lokmanu's caliber, you can get frustrated. And that's a big save on the line by Nick Pope. That could have been 8-1 right away. But that's a big save. I think he's going to try and go for Ronaldo once again, which is the obvious target. Reaches the head of Ronaldo, and that is cleared out of danger. Cuadrado with the ball again, but he cannot lose the ball so cheaply, although he's regained it back from that dangerous position. Ben Chilwell back to Cuadrado. There's a pause being queued by Dhruv. I think he knows it's now or never. He rather try to, he should try and attack Lokmanu and get those goals, at least get the victory in the second leg. And, even if he's eliminated, he gets eliminated on a high. Ronaldo's already got a yellow card for that tackle on Dybala, which was unfortunately not necessary. And here's Lokmanu, who's got the ball again with Ronaldo. With that amount of space, I will not be surprised if Dhruv goes slides tackling in again. And that is a good chance, but Neymar was offside, which is why he left it running for Atal. And Pope to the rescue. That brings us to the end of the first half. It's 1-0 to Lokmanu on the night, in this leg, and 7-1 on aggregate right now. I think this has been a belter of a game, and Lokmanu's fans and Lokmanu's friends in the on the stream who are watching, I think you all should be very happy, because I do not really think anybody is going to score 6 goals in the second half versus a player of the caliber of Lokmanu. But I would like to see a very intense second leg, at least, between these two, as a commentator, as a caster, and as a neutral person watching. We're going to go and start the second half very soon. Just waiting for these players to, take a sigh of breath. And there we go. We've started. We're going to start the second half right now. Dhruv is the one who's going to start it with his PSG kit. Here's Cristiano Ronaldo on the ball with some elastico step overs. Alexis gives it to Benzema. He's made those changes. He's got on Benzema for El Shaarawy. I think he changes formation as well. He's got on Hazard for Kante. So it clearly shows he wants to go ahead and score and not sit back. But yes, Dhruv, I think if you are his friend who's watching, and if Dhruv is going to watch the stream later on, I think he has a lot of potential. He has a great game, and he can certainly, practice more with some good players, get into the zone, try to understand how it works when it comes to tournaments. Go ahead, try different things when it comes to formations, tactics, gameplay, and certainly improve your game. And this is going to be a very new learning experience for him. And if you are a casual player who plays FIFA, I think this is my message for you guys as well. When it comes to an esports game, there is always a lot to learn, and you can always learn from the best. You can always learn from your friends. And as I said, Lokmanu is trying to attack once again. He's got a lot of bodies in front. Here's Acuna. He wants to score with him very desperately, because that's his favorite in-game player. And it's given back to Alexis, who's released. I think that is Hazard, yes, who gets his first touch on the ball, but then that's well dealt with by Lokmanu. Now, having said that, I think I'll get back to the statement where I was saying, if you're a casual player, you need to make sure that you participate in tournaments, play with your friends, play with professionals, play with players who are on your level or a little above your level, because that's how you improve. And when you play these tournaments, you learn a lot of things about yourself, about your gameplay, about your mentality, and that's how you become a champion, when you adjust, when you adapt, when you learn, and when you upgrade. And having said that, here's Acuna, and Lokmanu is not going to pass it with Acuna, and that is the much awaited goal, the respect celebration. I think he wanted to shoot with Acuna, which is why he celebrated it that way. And he understands that Dhruv is trying his best, which is why there is no other celebration that is being done. 8-1 on aggregate right now. I think it's going to be game over anytime soon. 30 minutes in game to go. And Lokmanu has given us a very good performance over these 2 legs. Dhruv has tried his best, and that is a brilliant tackle by Sergio Ramos. And Neymar Jr. with the ball. Is he going to create another goal? He's got, I think, a hat-trick of assists already. Over the 2 legs, he's got around 4 to 5 assists throughout these 2 legs. And he can get some more here, because he's in a very dangerous situation. Look at him swiftly moving from left to right. He's just going as if Dhruv's defender did not exist. And that's some very smooth gameplay by Lokman. Here's Acuna again. I think Lokman could have given that final pass to Neymar, but then he decided not to score at this moment. I think Lokman is not going to end up scoring a lot more goals unless he gets it as a gift or unless he does something out of this world. Here's Dybala trying to attack again. Back to Neymar. Ronaldo does not give the pass and waits for Neymar to make that run. Fake shot, creates the angle with the finesse. 3-0 in the second leg already. That's 9-1 on aggregate. Cristiano Ronaldo, Acuna, Neymar Jr. What a list of goal scorers for Lokman. This has been incredible to watch. I think Lokman has scored all of his goals with such high quality. And the only thing that he would want in this game is to not concede a goal in this one and maybe make it 10-1. You never know. That's going to be offside with Neymar Jr. with a lot of space. It is offside. And oh my God, Dhruv has given the ball away to Ronaldo. The last person in this team you would want to give it away to, but that's well defended. Wijnaldum clears it away, gives it to Benzema, who tries to play it to Neymar, but then Lokman has all the answers in defense for Dhruv's attack. Acuna with the ball, back to Neymar Jr. I think we have another goal in this game for sure because Lokman is enjoying himself out here and he looks like he's enjoying playing this game even though it's at the end of the season. And he for sure wants to win this one because he is a very competitive player who would like to add more and more titles to his already existing trophy cabinet and would also like to win this qualifier 2 and then face Charanjot Singh, the winner of qualifier 1 in the LAN event in December. But for that, it looks like he's already put this game to bed by taking that 9-1 lead, and he will be facing some absolute big pros going forward in this game who are gonna be in that same mentality to win this tournament just like Lokman. But here is a lot of space. Can we see one more goal by Lokman? Dybala gives it to Cristiano Ronaldo. Neymar is in a lot of space. I think he's going to give it back to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is going to try and twist, turn, move, and that's well defended by Yerry Mina. Calm and composed, not letting Ronaldo take that shot. And anything right now for Dhruv is just going to be a consolation. He's done his best in this game, tried everything possible to attack, but then Lokman has had answers with his defense and with his attack. He's been the better player of the two in this one. Dhruv has done everything possible. He has not done anything wrong, to be honest, but Lokman was just the better player on the day, and he's he's shown his experience, he's shown his class, and shown how you need to play when it comes to a crucial tournament game. But having said that, that's going to be a big save by Courtois. It could have been a consolation and would have brought a smile on Dhruv's face because it would have been rewarding to see him get that goal in this leg as well. And that's going to be a last chance. It could have been a failed offside trap. There's Acuna. Lokman is going to try and score that last goal, make it 10. And that's well defended by Yerry Mina. It's going to be one last chance. It's going to be a corner for Lokman, and I'm pretty sure he's going to put it towards Cristiano Ronaldo, which he tries. And that's going to be the end of the game. The final result of the second leg is Lokman Chaturvedi 3, Dhruv Krishna 0, which means 9-1 on aggregate for Lokman. What a game of FIFA have we seen over these two legs. Lokman to win this, but not by this margin. And Lokman has certainly proved me wrong with regards to the margin of goals. But with regards to his class, with regards to his experience, and with regards to his gameplay, he has not proven me wrong because I expected him to give us a great show with some great goals. Of course, his star would be Cristiano Ronaldo, who had, I think, 5 goals over the 2 legs. Yeah, he had 5 goals over the 2 legs out of 9. There was Neymar, who scored a hat-trick when it came to the 2 legs combined. Acuna got into the act as well, and Neymar had so many assists. Dhruv Krishna, thank you so much for being a part of this tournament. I think you gave your best, and Lokman did feel that heat in the first half of that first game. And until I think it was 4-1, Dhruv had things in his control. But Lokman, too good on the day, too good over the 2 legs, and too good for Dhruv on this in this tournament, which is why Lokman is the one who will be advancing further, and he'll be playing the winner I mean, who will be decided later on tonight. We still have some more games coming up for you guys. It's going to be two more games, two more entertaining FIFA games that are going to come up. And we're just going to show them to you as well in a while. Lokmani Chaturvedi has won this game 9-1. If you have any other predictions, if you had any other predictions, I am not sure if you watch Lokmani play very often. Dhruv Krishna, once again, big ups to you for putting on a show and giving us that great goal by Kenny Dalglish. And I think I'm just going to analyze the match once again for y'all. Lokmani had his game plan set. He knew what works best for him, and he knew what he has to do in defense. He held on properly without, committing unnecessarily. His attack was in place. Neymar, Ronaldo, Acuna, Dybala, Atal did the trick for him. Waited patiently, waited for the right moment to make that decisive pass. One skill move, two skill moves, one skill chain, open up the space. And I think once you get that much space, which he got with his Cristiano Ronaldo or with his Neymar, there was no chance that he would miss. Although he did have some big saves made by Nick Pope in the first game. The second game was all about Lokmanu. Once again, congratulations to Lokmanu, who is going to join us very soon out here in the caster's desk. And I'm sure I'm going to ask him about his analytics for his own game as well, because he'll be very, very, very happy. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and check the fixtures for today, which is today's fixtures along with the Lokmanu's game that has just been done. Up next, we'll be having Rudraksh Bali versus Samuel Kamraj. This is going to be another intense game because these two players can absolutely, go all out and make sure that we get an absolutely entertaining end-to-end game. And after that, we'll be having Chaitanya Singh versus Siddharth Thapa, which is also going to be a great game for us because these two players are very passionate about their FIFA gaming, and they take competitive FIFA very seriously, trying to make a name for themselves. So some great games gonna be happening very soon for you guys. And I think Rudraksh versus Samuel is going to start anytime soon. And even Lokmanu is going to join us anytime soon in the caster's desk as well. So stay tuned because Lokmanu is going to be here. So if you're his fan, if you're his friend who's here on the stream, Lokmanu is going to be here with a smiling face after that victory, a 9-1 victory for Lokmanu. In case you've just joined us and you missed the action. But amazing goals, amazing skill moves, amazing individual performances, amazing decision making. If you are somebody who loves to play FIFA, I think you are going to enjoy watching what Lokmanu just did out there. Great game by Dhruv as well. And we're going to head over to the next game in very few minutes.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आजा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Welcome back, everyone, to Josha Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21, powered by Hell Energy Drinks. Alongside me, I now have Lokmanu Chaturvedi, the man who just played that amazing game. I think he needs no introduction. He is a competitive FIFA player who plays for the Indian national e-football team and who has done a lot of things in the past when it comes to FIFA, when it comes to tournaments, when it comes to championships. And here he is with us. Welcome in, Lokmanu.
Hi, Selvin. As always, thank you so much for the warm welcome. I mean, I think doing this alone is obviously not so fun when we do it together, because I think our partnership is just fantastic, including Neil as well, who will join us for the last game. Where it was fantastic really to play the last game, and now I can join you for a very, very sweaty match is what we call. And would you like to talk about it, or should I?
I think I'll just talk about it a little and then ask you to go ahead and do the same. Rudraksh Bali versus Samuel Kamraj. I think this game is going to be end to end. It's going to be like, a lot of, it's going to be, I mean, what do you call it as? Tactics versus tactics, formation versus formation, players cancelling each other out, right place, right time. We may not see a lot of goals, but we're going to see a lot of intensity. What do you think?
No, absolutely. I think both the players are very competitive, as we all know. I think everybody watching the stream and otherwise as well, we know how Rudraksh Bali has been involved in the competitive scene. He has not played full time, as a lot of people know, but he is definitely an Elite One player. So is Samuel Kamraj. Both the players have finished Elite One at the later stages of the game, of course, but they did end up finishing that position, and they've been very consistent, so to say, when it comes to playing for champions and playing in these tournaments. These are the aspiring pros, you can say, because they always try and make it big to reach the highest level in Indian FIFA. And obviously, that stage is, of course, much more competitive, Selvin, isn't it? Whenever we talk about new players coming to the scene and making a name for itself, obviously, Samuel Kamaraj is someone who's come up through the ranks. We all know his play style is quite possession based, and on the other hand, Rudraksh Bali, you can say he's been involved in the Delhi FIFA scene for a while, and he has played against some of the top pros, has beaten them as well. And it's fantastic to see really how competitive this match is going to be, all for that one spot, Selvin, which is to play against CJ. So what are your thoughts on this game initially when you saw this fixture spun out of the computer? What did you think, what's going to happen?
Well, to be honest, I thought it's going to be a very close game. Maybe something like, over two legs. I did not expect more than 4 goals in total. And having said that, the game is live on our screens. And Rudraksh has a chance with Neymar Jr. Can he turn around and do something? But he's got a penalty. Sergio Ramos is stunned looking at that. And that is a penalty. And Rudraksh is going to try and score it with Sergio Ramos. Calm, composed, 1-0 to Rudraksh with that penalty. And that was very similar to how Sergio Ramos would score in real life. Lokmanu, your thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a fantastic way to start the game, Selvin. From what I saw initially, I think this was going to be a game with very few goals. And I think so still it's going to be the case, despite Rudrak scoring that goal. But what a way to take the lead and take control of this game. I think he was in a very good position to be able to convert that chance from Neymar had Ramos not blocked in there. But again, with that being said, he's inside, tries to play a pass in, but fantastic defending by Samuel. But going back to the penalty incident, Selvin, I think it was a 50-50. A lot of people might think it should have been a penalty. Samuel must feel a bit hard done by the decision of the referee. But it is what it is. As we all know, there is no VAR checks in FIFA, unfortunately, yet. And Rudraksh taking a massive 1 goal lead at this stage, knowing how Samuel plays, and I cannot wait for this game to actually end up being a high scoring affair, which both of us, Selvin, I think you would agree, highly doubted it. I think it's still going to be a very cagey affair, don't you think?
It is going to be a very cagey affair for sure. And I think there was a reason for the viewers watching when Lokmanu said that 1 goal lead is massive. It is because he knows how well these players are with their defense. And having said that, you can see why we are saying that, these defensive gaps are very tough to open when it comes to Samuel or Rudraksh for that matter. And once again, Lokman, I think talking about the penalty, you said it correctly, 50-50. And especially in this game, I think, these penalties, these decisions are given in the favor of the attacker. And at times you do feel hard done by them. And Samuel and his camp is going to feel that it was not a penalty. But then this game is unfortunately designed that way, wherein, such tackles or such blocks can be counted as penalties. But then Samuel has a lot of time to cover it up. And here he goes. That's going to be 1-1 right away. It's 22 minutes gone. Samuel Kamraj with his Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 1-1. Lokmanu, game on.
Game on indeed, and that pass from Neymar was absolutely phenomenal, Selvin. I must say, we all know how sweaty this game was going to be. We all know how a matter of margins. It's a game of margins, isn't it? Whenever you're playing against a decent player, whenever you know that player is competitive and wants to win at any cost, these are the moments that define you in the game. At the end of the day, you will think that pass from Neymar to Ronaldo was so good. And sometimes it just becomes very difficult to defend as well, because you see the positioning of your striker so well, and you don't see that with casual players. You only see that as a professional player, when you've got that vision to find the striker in that pocket between the two defenders. You play that pass, all you have to do is just do one skill and bang, you're in. And Samuel Kavraj has come back into this game, and it's game back on, because that penalty, of course, we can say Rudraksh Bali did get a little lucky there, Selvin, as we both agree. But Samuel Kamraj has scored a fantastic goal, and the pressure is all on Rudraksh Bali now to get back his lead. It's incredible, isn't it, Selvin? Like we've spoken about this so many times. The team Samuel has, if you face him in the weekend league as a casual player, it is a very daunting task, isn't it?
It is indeed. And I think, I mean, you can look at the gameplay. They're both trying to close down those gaps, and Rudraksh has got a good press in here. And I think it's going to be very difficult to see another goal coming up very easily. Of course, that was a moment of magic from Neymar, and then obviously by the legend Cristiano Ronaldo to get that goal. But let's be honest, I was not expecting Rudraksh to concede that goal with that one, through pass which was coming to him with that through ball. But having said that, here's Rudraksh with his Cristiano Ronaldo. Twists, turns, makes the space. Should be two. That is a big save. Rebound, and that's going to be a corner. Lokmanu, that was the moment for Rudraksh, isn't it?
If you could see my reaction right now, Selvin, I mean, that was such beautiful play from Rudraksh Bali. One of the best I've seen in a long time. To be able to dribble that well, 4-5 skills chained together, and for him to actually miss it from point blank. With that being said, Neymar Jr. heels to heel. There we go. I actually was supposed to say heel to heel, but you can understand by my reaction and what's going down in the last 2 minutes. It is the new skill, heels to heel indeed, Selvin. I think we both have to agree. But what a goal that is from none other than Neymar Jr. Fantastic goal from Rudraksh. He deserved a goal when he missed from Ronaldo there. But Selvin, what a fantastic finish. What are your thoughts on that?
What an incredible goal indeed. I mean, Rudraksh would have been, he would have felt very bad had he, not scored a goal before the half. And having said that, Samuel had a big chance and he should have felt that he could have equalized. But then the first half ends 2-1. But yeah, coming back to Rudraksh's goal, I think, he would be very relieved that he actually scored with Neymar, because that thing comes to play in your mind, isn't it? You just keep thinking, oh no, I had such a great chance and I should have scored that. What if now my opponent is going to capitalize? What if, FIFA is not favoring me in this game? But then he's absolutely reduced all those doubts to zero. And here we kick off with the second half. Rudraksh looking confident, and let's see what the second half has in store for us, Lokmanu.
No, absolutely, Selvin. I think you put it really well that sometimes a player thinks that the game is not favoring them, especially when you miss a chance like that. And he has made the most out of that chance that he did get second time from Neymar, because sometimes you feel as a pro player, Selvin, with all the margins that we always talk about in such difficult games, sweaty as we always call them, it tends to be so cagey that you miss one good chance, especially after making sure that you do everything right outside the box, but you're just not able to finish. But that being said, that could be a crazy goal, and that's a penalty. How unfortunate that is. What am I seeing on my screen? This game can be so cruel sometimes, to be on the receiving end. That is so unlucky. The defender actually putting a foot out to block that, and then Rudraksh's player just collides into it, and Ramos will not miss from there. Selvin, what is happening? This is so bizarre.
It is bizarre indeed. And imagine being in Samuel's place right now. He is going to feel absolutely furious about conceding those two penalties. I mean, even though we know this game is designed in such a way, but then this one, I think he was very unlucky because he doesn't really have control over his goalkeeper, and his goalkeeper, while trying to stand up, fouled the player, and it's given a penalty, and that's 3-1 to Rudraksh. I was predicting 4 goals over the 2 legs, but then we've already seen 4 goals in this leg. And I think Rudraksh now is not going to take any more risks. He knows he can easily see off a 2 goal lead going into the second leg. And I think that's going to be his strategy, isn't it, Lokmanu?
No, absolutely. I think when we were just talking about this game being a bit low scoring affair, with both the players being so good and careful about everything, like just to get the first goal, probably get a 2 goal lead, and then just sit back. Now we will be seeing that from Rudraksh Pali, especially now that he's got a 2-0 lead. Very unfortunate for Samuel, I must say. He is a good player, and to concede those 2 penalties is absolutely abysmal. You do not deserve that as a FIFA player, especially when you're playing at this level. And Rudraksh Pali with Ramos out of all people going forward, that's quite interesting, but could come out to be really costly for him if he doesn't get his defender back. That's a fantastic through ball. Will Alba be able to defend that? He somehow manages to turn back in, give the ball back to Mbappe. Very cheap mistake, something that you do not want to do. Right outside your box, passes it to Mbappe, tries to do a heel to heel, fake shots it. Again a heel to heel, but fantastic defending. I think this game, it promises to be really, really amazing, especially in the second leg, because Samuel is turning it up. He knows that he doesn't have much time. If he can get this 1 goal back in this leg itself, that will be game back on. But Selvin, you see the momentum of this game, and you know that both the players are so hungry to get that win.
Yes, indeed. I mean, Samuel is actually turning it on. That was a really good move. You could see, he tried, he lost the ball there to Jordi Alba, did not give up, got the ball from Mbappe, went on, made those passes, 1-2s, and tried doing everything he could. Big ups to Rudraksh for defending it, for keeping us cool, because I think that Mbappe skill chain out there deserved a goal. And I think one more yard of space for Mbappe, that would have ended up in the back of the net, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think he sort of tried to pull off what Rudraksh did, didn't he, Selvin, at the start when we saw Ronaldo making those chances? Only if you could see my reaction that time. He had 3-4 skills chained, and he tried to finish it off right at the end. I think he should have just shot far post, went straight at the keeper. But then I think Samuel tried kind of similar to that, but fantastic defending by Rudraksh. Then again, tries to do a directional nutmeg, create space for himself. Great defending by Samuel's fullback to come back in position to cover for his centre back. Ronaldo in a good position, plays it to Kylian Mbappe, tries to do a directional again. The keeper is in a very difficult situation, but somehow manages to bring it under control. Samuel has to be on point, Selvin. You see the attack Rudraksh has displayed today, especially the arsenal that he has in his locker when it comes to his players going forward. It's just incredible.
It is incredible indeed. And I think, Lokman, you're talking about the penalties, okay? I mean, we do understand that those penalty decisions may not be in Samuel's favor, but let me tell you, it is not as easy as Rudraksh made it look by converting those 2 penalties. A penalty doesn't guarantee you a goal. It just guarantees you, like, a better chance of scoring. But then it all comes down to skill, it comes down to luck, and it comes down to many factors. I think Rudraksh, especially when you get a second penalty in the game, it is it comes down to mind games. It comes down to, what your opponent is thinking. And Rudraksh deserved to score both of them.
No, absolutely. I think when you get the penalty, it all comes down to being a professional. I mean, whenever we see practicing against each other, Selvin, this is something you've also noticed as a veteran gamer. Whenever you're playing against each other casually, and if you actually end up conceding such penalties, you usually see the player in front of you would miss that, saying, "Bro, you were just unlucky. I think you shouldn't have conceded. You shouldn't have basically conceded that penalty, and I'm just going to miss it for you." But when it comes to these competitive matches, when you're not in a practice session, you have to take every single opportunity that comes your way. It's just like how we call it. It's either by hook or by crook, right? You have to get the win as a professional. That being said, Mbappe on the break tries to do a player lock, gets back to him, but that 6'4" frame of none other than prime moments, Rude Hullet will not let that pass. Look at the formation Samuel Kamraj is playing, Selvin. You don't see that usually with a two goalie. I think that's a bit of a gamble, to be honest, isn't it? With three players at the back, I think probably he's forgetting that he's still got the second leg to play. That's quite a bold move, isn't it?
It is. It is risk versus reward. I think that's what is running through his head right now. He would rather risk it than regret it going into the second leg. I think he wants to get that second goal in this game because I feel Samuel is thinking that Rudraksh is not going to attack more unless he gets a chance to counter, which is why he wants to go ahead and get that second goal. And having said that, Rudraksh is going to try and do something with this corner. Sergio Ramos with the ball here is a big chance, and that is going to be 4-1. No celebration. Lionel Messi making it 4-1 for Rudraksh. And I think Samuel, this time his risk did not pay off. That was a very well taken goal. Simple yet decisive. Your thoughts on the goal, Lokmanu?
Well, Selvin, I think you have to say when both best players in the world combine in real life, of course they can't combine in real life, but in FIFA you can make that almost an impossible dream make it possible by playing Ronaldo and Messi in the same team. And that's exactly what happened. Rudraksh Bali bringing on Lionel Messi off the bench, the Summer Stars highest rated Lionel Messi version, the 99 version in the game to finish it off in style. You see the stats: 6 shots, 6 on target for Rudraksh Bali, and 2 shots, 2 for Samuel. 4-1. Even though Samuel was a bit unlucky with those 2 penalties, you have to say the flow of the game, basically the momentum of the game, completely changed when he was a bit unlucky. But that finish from Lionel Messi, Selvin, of course, you being a massive, massive Messi fan, I know all about it. And that finish, absolute class to be able to just push it forward with that directional forward nutmeg. It's not exactly meta, but gave him enough space to convert that chance on the far post. Is there a possibility for a comeback, Selvin? You being a veteran gamer, I really want to know your thoughts. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I think before I talk about the comeback, I would like to speak about the Messi goal. I think, when you are an opponent, you do not want to see Lionel Messi coming in to that space on his left foot where he gets that chance to, either take it in the bottom corner, shoot it on the top corner, right, left, anywhere, because Messi's left foot in this game as well is goated. It's magical. And I think Samuel realized as soon as Messi got the ball in that position that, okay, it's possibly going to be 4-1. I think before we talk about the next leg, I would like to apologize to Rudraksh and to Samuel because we both were thinking that, it's going to be a very low scoring game, but then they've proved us wrong. 5 goals in the first leg itself, 4-1 to Rudraksh right now. And I think I would like to say a sorry to both of them because we thought this is going to be a very intense game when it comes to defense, but they have proved us wrong and they've given us some great entertainment. Coming back to your question, Lokmanu, about, is there a chance for a comeback? I'm again going to say, since it's an esports game, since it's a FIFA game, everything is possible. It's not over till it's not over. Samuel, as you said, is an Elite 1 player. Rudraksh is also an Elite 1 player. I think both of them, have seen each other either scoring more than 4 goals and conceding more than 4 goals on different occasions. So Samuel right now has to come up with that mentality. First half, I am going to go all out. I am going to attack Rudraksh with everything that I've got, put him under pressure, make those mistakes and capitalize on them. And but very honestly speaking, as a neutral, I think Rudraksh is going to hold on. It is going to be very difficult for any player to get that 3-goal advantage over Rudraksh.
That's some fantastic, comments about the whole situation, Selvin, because I thought at the start that this game will turn out to be a very close affair. You'll probably see maximum 2 to 3 goals in the whole fixture, knowing the nature of these two players, especially when it comes to their rivalry. I don't want to use the word rivalry. Sometimes it can be taken in a negative way, but we all know the healthy, sporty rivalries when it comes to FIFA. We all know if you lose to someone in for champions or in a tournament, you do want to make sure that you come back and you beat that person again just to prove a point, just to feel good about yourself, to come back as a competitive player. And I think that's the case. That little heat in there, Selvin, and that's happened between a little pros as well in the scene. But with these guys coming in, I think when I spoke to Rudraksh beforehand, he said that I want to get that win and especially against my opponent Samuel. So you see that determination, that fire to go and win. And he's proved everyone wrong. Whoever thought that this game is going to be a little cagey, it just actually has turned out to be a high scoring affair. 5 goals in the first leg. I kind of feel that Samuel has still some time to come back. If he can get that first goal in the first leg, first half of the second leg, I mean, I think he should be in a very good position to make a comeback, put some pressure on Rudraksh Pali. But what I see is, Selvin, I think you would agree on this, that Rudraksh, because he plays against some of the best players around the scene week in, week out, you see playing weekend league together on the weekends, and of course playing in these tournaments that keep happening every other tournament. I think he's got that bit of experience, just a bit more than Samuel Kamraj.
Yes, I think I would agree with you on that point when it comes to experience. Rudraksh and Samuel both are Elite One players. But I mean, Samuel, I think the only thing that he's lacking right now is that experience when it comes to major tournaments, when it comes to national championships, and when it comes to playing pro players, in a tournament. And Rudraksh, having practiced with a lot of players, including yourself, is going to have that massive edge when it comes to that mentality. And right now, I think both these players, the best thing that they're looking for is the mentality. As you were also talking about, when it comes to the FIFA scene, it's always going to be crucial, because when you lose to a player, you don't want to lose to them again. And in your head, you always want it to be like, the next time I play this guy, either may it be a friendly, or can it be a weekend league game, or a game on stream, or a game in a tournament, I want to beat this person. And I think that is something that drives you forward. And as you said, it did drive Rudraksh forward today, because it was something very different from him when it came to those goals, and he was not stopping at any point of time. And as a commentator, as a caster, I think that is something that we like to see. 5 goals already, as we've spoken about it, and I'm very, very, surprised to see that we have 5 goals, and I cannot wait to see something similar happening in the second leg. What are your thoughts?
No, I think I absolutely agree to what you've just said here. The fact that Rudraksh has turned it up, taking taking this match, to be honest, as a statement for his next match. Maybe before the game starts, we could have a quick glance at the fixtures, if that's possible, and see if Rudraksh ends up winning this match, where and how will he play. So we can see Rudraksh Pali, Selvin, as we all know for the scene, and for the people who don't know, Naveen is a top 200 player. He is a registered FUT Champions verified weekend league player who has played in the Global Series qualifiers as well. So Rudraksh has a daunting task in front of him if he beats Samuel Kamaraj, because Naveen, of course, is Samuel's counterpart from Chennai, and that could have been an all Chennai affair if Samuel can make a comeback. But Rudraksh, on the other hand, Selvin, I would let you talk about this, will be playing against Naveen, which promises to be a great match, because that has happened a lot of times in the best of the best tournaments in India in the past. And who do you think is going to get there, especially after winning this particular fixture?
Yeah, I mean, looking at the brackets right now, Naveen is a top player, like, as you said, a top 200 player, and he has the experience. He has won tournaments before. He has played against the top guys. And if Rudraksh goes on to win this against Naveen, I think the only thing that Rudraksh will have to do is play his A game. Anything less, even if it's a 9.9 out of 10, I don't think he has a chance against Naveen, because that's how good Naveen is. He's been grinding this game right from the start, and he's still somebody who takes this game very seriously. And for a player of his caliber, like, he is someone who likes to win a lot of tournaments, who likes to keep winning. He's not satisfied with, like, even if he wins multiple tournaments. So I think Rudraksh versus Naveen, if that happens, it's going to be something very crazy, and it's going to be similar between Samuel and Naveen. But before that, I think Samuel is right now discussing about, what to do, what works best against Rudraksh, how to get that first goal, how to get that pressure on Rudraksh. And I think it's going to be pretty, pretty, pretty difficult for Samuel to try and get through Rudraksh here. And I'm just hoping for an entertaining second leg. And I'm sure you are doing the same as well.
Absolutely. I think, like you said, Naveen has been at the top of his game, at least this year. We've seen him so many times playing in the ESL India Premiership and all those tournaments that we've seen at the highest level, Selvin. I think the fact that those are the premier tournaments that happen in India, right up there with Esports Premier Series, uh, because when it comes to these tournaments, Selvin, this is exactly like a national tournament, isn't it? And players are fighting for that one spot, which is so crucial for them to have a chance to join CJ to play at a LAN event. This is something that players dream about all the time, because these are the opportunities that the competitive FIFA players in India are waiting for every single day. So for the likes of Naveen, for the likes of Aditya Chadda, for the likes of Somuk, for the likes of Saransh Jain, for the likes of all the other players that are in this match, Sagnik, in fact, a top player from Calcutta as well. I think these are the matches where it defines you as a player. And Rudraksh Pali, if he ends up winning this match, which he looks in a pole position to be in, and then he moves on to playing Naveen, the winner of that will be playing against the winner of Binoy Pinto or Saumak Ghosh. So you see the competition, Selvan, has increased so much. We know FIFA 21 is at it later. It's at the very late stages of this basically season, but people are
Yeah.
still right up there. All the top players are there. I mean, look at the bracket, Selvin. You can take a look at this bracket a bit more and explain to us on the upper side of the bracket as well, if not the lower side, because I think we've spoken about that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, let's be very honest. Everybody out here who plays a game competitively would like to keep winning and would like to add to that trophy cabinet. A lot of people maybe are looking for their first victory when it comes to a major tournament. So, these players are all looking there, not really thinking, okay, it's the end of the season or it's the end, of the game. They're just looking it at, like, they're taking it as an opportunity, thinking that, okay, this is a chance to win another tournament or chance to win my first tournament. And having spoken about winning tournaments, I mean, who better to name than Nihal Thomas and Aditya Chadda? Both of these players have won so many tournaments at minor levels, at major levels, at national levels. They've been there right at the top. Nihal, of course, is someone who was not in the scene this year, but looking at how he's performed in 21, you can never count him out. Akshat Khandelwal and Vicky. Akshat, of course, surprised both of us by doing that to Darvesh in that game, scoring around 10 goals himself by playing, in that 16 goal game. And Vicky needs no introduction. He is also another player who plays for the Indian football team when it comes to esports FIFA. And it's crazy. That match, I think, is going to be like a riot of goals once again. Kyle and Sagnik. Lokmani, I think this game, okay, is going to be a game of skiller versus skiller. Two people who love to skill, who love to, just be around, be themselves, and score for fun. And I am not too sure if Kyle is prepared for Sagnik, because Sagnik is very solid defensively as well. But it's going to be an entertaining game. Akash versus Shubham, again a great game, because Akash played that last game so nicely, and Shubham is someone who can see out games as well. I haven't seen Jatin play, but he's going to be up against Saransh. And no matter who is up against Saransh, it's always a very tough task. But having said that, Lokmanu, let's head up to our game, wherein we see a chance immediately. And it's Rudraksh versus Samuel, 4-1. Remember, to Rudraksh. Lokmanu, one final time, your prediction for this game.
I think before I say about the prediction, I think the way we just entered the match, Selvin, it almost felt like one of those days where you just have to suddenly, when sleep off in a classroom while the teacher is making you study, and the teacher's staring at you when the whole class is looking at you, and you suddenly wake up and it's like an embarrassing moment for you. I think that exactly happened to us. With that being said, oh my God, what a beautiful goal that is from Ronaldo. Just when I was talking about being a little embarrassing, the defenders left on their feet, embarrassed, and got nothing to stop that 99 summer stars Cristiano Ronaldo. Samuel Kamaraj with the first goal. Rudraksh Pali must be gutted to score that goal. That's not how you wanted to start this game, Selwyn. Talk about defenders being embarrassed. That's what Cristiano Ronaldo does, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Right place, right time, amazing build up. And I think Rudraksh is going to be even more hard done by, considering that he had a chance at the opposite end. And Samuel went on, took his chance. And I think as a neutral, this is what we would have expected to see in the game. An early first goal for Samuel Kamaraj. 4-2 on aggregate right now. The game is certainly on with over 70 minutes to play. So this is going to be pretty crazy. Rudraksh trying to get in that space. Neymar with a chance, heel to heel. Skill move, is that going to be a penalty? Not this time. And that's well defended by Samuel. I think this is going to be a very intense second leg. Lokmanu, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think that skill from Neymar, that reverse elastico, the skill that a lot of pros rely upon, which is very effective. And it's exactly was a situation where when Ramos came in to body out Neymar, it felt like he'll again give out a penalty, considering how bad Samuel's luck has been with those conceding those penalties, really. But well defended by Sergio Ramos. And I think if Samuel can get a grip of this game, and not think way too ahead in this game. He's got plenty of time. He's got 70 minutes to score two goals, which is a lot of time. You know how things change. We've seen it before and we'll see it again. Three goals in a matter of 20 minutes is also quite possible. So for me to be honest, it's something it's a case where both the players will not go ham, Selvin. I think this is something you will be agreeing with me. Is that there's got plenty of time that we won't be seeing a lot of chaos right away, at least not till the 60th minute.
Absolutely, Lokmanu. I think I agree with everything that you've said, and especially coming to this game. Look at Samuel. He's looking pretty confident, and he almost got away with one there. Imagine if this would have been a goal. Rudraksh would have been furious with himself for conceding that one. But it's a lot of pressure applied by Samuel, and that's well defended by Sergio Ramos. Rudraksh is the one who's looking a little shaky. Not something that I would have expected from him because he's giving the ball away very cheaply, isn't it, Lokmanu?
No, absolutely. I think with that's a chance for Neymar. Does wow? What am I seeing on my screen from that angle? That's a 0 degree angle that we're talking about. That croqueta, usually you do see a croqueta cancel, but a proper croqueta from Samuel Kamaraj, and to be able to shoot from there, it's just phenomenal, really. What has Samuel Kamaraj done in these 5 minutes to be able to score such goals, especially the second one? No angle whatsoever. Rudraksh Pali must be wondering what his keeper was doing. Selvin, I think you're as stunned as I am with that goal.
I am, and having said that, there is another chance for Neymar. He's twisting, he's turning, he's got the angle again. And this time, Rudraksh is looking under pressure. Look at the way he's defending. He's got the ball out. But then, Lokmanu, what a goal by Samuel. I think I was as stunned as you were, as you already said. I did not expect him to shoot. And when he did, I expected the keeper to save it 10 out of 10 times. This was certainly not expected. What an angle to score from. What a goal. 4-3 on aggregate. Rudraksh is still leading, but Samuel has come all guns blazing with a cross in here. That is well defended, and the ball is now with Rudraksh. Lokmanu, I think this game is going to go down to the wire. It's not over yet.
It is not over indeed. And that being said, Chiesa on the wings for Rudraksh Pali tries to play it to his teammate Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus, but that's just not in his favor. I think Rudraksh Bali is having a very hard time, Selvin, defending Samuel's attack. Samuels has really turned it up from the last leg. Rudraksh was all over him. 4-1 the scoreline was. To all the viewers who've coming in just now, welcome to Josh Presents Esports Premier Series FIFA 21 powered by Hell Energy Drink. We are in for a treat as we are always with Esports Premier Series tournaments. Like Selvin had mentioned at the start of the stream, you've got plenty of tournaments to participate in, lots of cash prizes out there, and so many other things to participate in this series itself. And we are witnessing some fantastic FIFA esports action here. Both the players trying for a spot in the finals in the next round. I mean, they'll be one step closer after this for the playoffs. But Selvin, I think the way we have seen both these players, 4-1 to Bali in the first leg itself, and now Samuel has turned it up. Mr. Kamaraj is 2-0 up, and the deficit is just from 3 goals down, has been cut down to 1. What do you think is happening, Selvin? I think you had asked for my prediction. Now let me ask you your prediction. How's it ending?
Well, I am very surprised. I think, Samuel has come up with something incredible. We were discussing that he has to step it up in this game. He has certainly done that, taken the risks. The risks have paid off for him. And I have a feeling Rudraksh is going to come back and score a goal in this game. But it will take something very monumental of Rudraksh to try and do that. Because right now, Samuel has the momentum. He knows what he's doing. Things are going in his favor. With this chance for Ronaldo, that is a tackle. I think that's a free kick right at the edge of the box. Man, I think Rudraksh had to take that risk. He was lucky enough not to get a red card because there was another defender there with him. But from what I know, Samuel is good with free kicks and he's going to try and shoot it, but that is cleared off the line. Look, Manu, I think once again we should not blink because we may miss out on something in this game as well.
I mean, that's fantastic and really amusing at the same time how players can actually take their defenders on the goal line and stop those headers. That being said, that's a fantastic pass to Neymar Jr. and Rudraksh restoring his 2-goal lead. Should have been 3 actually, but wow. What a fantastic, fantastic goal that is. Saw the through pass. Has not been able to do much in this game, Selvin. And we were talking about Samuel turning the heat up, trying to do all in his power to be able to get that equalizer. But Rudraksh Pali has taken that one chance, what we call as an opportunist. You never miss that chance ever, because if you want to restore your lead, despite you not playing well, that's what matters. That's what is being a top player, and Rudraksh has exactly done that. There's a pause cued by Samuel Kamraj. He is now down by another goal, Selvin. Very difficult task here, a daunting task in the last 30 minutes for Samuel Kamraj from Chennai.
Yes, indeed. And I think, talking about Rudraksh's goal, Lokmanu, let's be honest, to play that pass under pressure is not something very easy. To have that vision, to execute it, but then Ronaldo from the edge of the box, almost getting the goal back for Samuel. It still stays at 5-3 to Rudraksh. There's going to be a pause cued here as we see the changes being made. But yeah, coming back to Rudraksh's goal, I think Lokmanu, I think his through ball there at the end to Neymar to open that goal up under pressure, that's something that you're not taking a risk, right?
No, you're definitely not. I mean, when you're actually pushing for those goals, I mean, you can see the formation of Rudraksh Pali. He's gone 5 at the back. He knows that he has to defend this lead. He has got 2 goals to stop in the next 30 minutes. And the likes of Ronaldo and Neymar and all the other attackers that Samuel Kamaraj has, because he's got a fantastic team. He's had some crazy pack luck. If you guys are aware, of course, as FIFA Ultimate Team enthusiasts, you will know what I'm talking about. The pack luck is so important. If you end up packing really good players in the game, that basically builds one of the best FIFA Ultimate Teams for you. And Samuel Kamaraj definitely has one. Rudraksh Pali has to be on point. He has to be extremely careful with his defending. Now plays it out to Lionel Messi. We saw what happened when he had come from the bench. Neymar Jr. tries to cross it in, falls down to Kimmich's foot. Still has the chance to make the most out of this attack. There are not enough bodies there for Samuel trying to get back in shape, but now has the chance to counter. Selvin, this is so end-to-end. This is fascinating to see. Do you think Samuel can make a comeback now?
Wow, I think I need I just need to calm down a bit because it's been so entertaining. And yeah, it is pretty fancy. Now, the thing is, Samuel has a lot of gaps in his defense. A player of Rudraksh's caliber is somebody who can actually make use of that. And Samuel has to make sure that every time he attacks, the ball ends up in the back of the net, because if he cannot get that goal before the 80th, I do not see him making a comeback, because Rudraksh is getting a lot of space and he'll just need that one final ball which he can get here with Messi. But no, I think Samuel was prepared for Messi to come on his preferred left foot to take that shot. But Rudraksh now looks to be very much confident, and I think he is going to get the result that he is looking for. Good try again. Try to do something similar like the first goal. But Samuel read it this time very well. And I think, Lokmanu, as you asked me, I think Rudraksh is going to take this one home.
I think it does feel the same way right now, because even when he is attacking, he's a bit sloppy. He is rushing his chances, Rudraksh. It's just because he thinks in his head that he has to defend and not attack. It's something a lot of players don't actually do when they're in that situation. But what a fantastic pass. Falls down to the feet of Messi. Can't score this. Gets the ball back again. But Thibaut Courtois somehow scrambling, struggling to get that ball, manages to hold on to it and keeps Samuel Kamraj in the game. Again, that pace boost from Lionel Messi. He is dangerous inside the box, tries to cut one into Neymar Jr. What a tackle that is from none other than Patrick Vieira. This game is absolutely fantastic. Can Samuel get one goal back? I have got zero time to breathe because these guys are just playing as if it's table tennis, Selvin, end to end. Is this football? What are we watching? It's so end to end. There's no time to build up. There's no time to talk about the build up because both the players just want to score a goal. Rudraksh is not sitting back, makes a very terrible mistake. Neymar Jr. gets the ball inside the box, and Samuel. Oh my god, what am I watching? Selvin, I'm just gonna let it flow through you now because I need a breather. What am I seeing on my screen? Samuel Kamraj scores that goal and has 8 minutes plus stoppage time to equalize. Do you think that's possible?
Well, seeing what Rudraksh did there, I think it is certainly possible because here is an opening right now for Ronaldo and it is 4-1. Samuel Kamraj has done the impossible. We are level on aggregate, 5 all right now with over 6 minutes plus stoppage time to play. This is crazy, Lokmani. I cannot tell you how I feel right now. Rudraksh is going to be gutted to let that goal, go away. That lead that he had two great chances, which was very well defended by Samuel. But a player of Rudraksh's caliber should have taken them, should have, converted those chances. And Atal, out of all people, keeps his head cool. Samuel gets the goal. 5 all. Oh my God, what are we witnessing? I think there is another goal in this one.
Well, I think now that you've said it, Selvin, I am just lost for words as to how to describe this match in the first place because we were not expecting that comeback. Although we did talk about that 3 goals is not much of a margin in FIFA esports. But when you look at both these players, when you see Samuel's determination, Rudraksh obviously making some really poor mistakes, which he shouldn't have done as a player with so much of experience that he has. And now he is taking his time to build the last attack. He is, of course, now trying to make up for that mistake, trying to keep the ball for that 90th minute deadly chance that we always talk about. Plays it to the feet of Neymar. Samuel has that chance to do it now. Tries to rush that pass in to Ronaldo. But referee said, that's enough. You guys have had plenty of time to take away our breaths, and now it's enough. We need a break. The referee also thinks that, Selvin. I think you also think that. Take me through this game. As a veteran gamer yourself, did you see these games, such games, in your time? Because we are witnessing something fantastic here.
Yes, Lokmanu, I think I needed a minute to process what just happened. Just before I tell you all about the analysis of this game, just to let you know, Lokmanu and everyone watching, we are going to go into golden goal into the third game. Whoever gets the first goal in the next game is the winner of this tie because we've had a tie after 2 legs, 4-1 to each of them after the 2 legs. And talking about this game, Lokmanu, I think Samuel should get a lot of credit. He got his chances, he took his chances, he took those risks going forward in defense, and everything paid off for him. If you are Rudraksh Bali and if you're in his team, I think you're going to feel very bad considering the mistakes that he made, especially leading to that third goal, which actually opened up and gave more chances, more confidence to Samuel. And then for missing those two crucial chances just before the third goal went in. And I think in a game of FIFA, that's something that you cannot afford to do when it comes to a tournament game, which is very clutch. Lokmanu, I would like to know about your thoughts on that second half that was put up by Samuel after conceding that goal, which was, at 2-1.
Well, I think the camera wasn't on me when I was not in the frame. When that second half happened, I actually ducked under my table with my hair, literally my hands all over my head, thinking, what have I witnessed? Because these are the moments that we live for as casters, as neutrals, as all the people watching here. I think we are witnessing history in the Esports Premier Series today because this is fun. This is entertainment for all the viewers who are seeing. A comeback from 4 goals to 1 I was literally under the table. You couldn't have seen me. If that's exactly that you want to talk to me about, I'll be very honest. That was me trying to figure out how to comprehend this situation. That mistake from Rudraksh Pali talks about the pressure, Selvin. Even the best of the best cracks under pressure. And that's exactly what happened with Rudraksh Pali. Massive, massive kudos to Samuel Kamaraj to keep his head up right till the end, to keep that focus, to be able to come back from this game, especially when Rudraksh Pali went five at the back. That is very difficult to break down. As you all know, Selvin, you've been to all the pro players' stream. You know how frustrating it gets to break down that formation. And now we are in a situation where there's going to be a golden goal. As heartbreaking as penalties is, Selvin, do you know? Obviously, you know you've been in situations where a golden goal match has to be played in FIFA. Who is winning and how is it going down? Do you think are we playing another 90 minutes or is that golden goal coming right at the start? Because I want all the viewers to drop in their predictions in the chat. What is going to go down? Especially you, Selvin. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, before I talk about that, I think I completely agree with you. I was glad that the camera was not on either of us when that match was going on. Our reactions would have been very embarrassing on the camera because that was something we were not expecting. Once again, sorry to Rudraksh and to Samuel because we did not expect such a high scoring game. 10 goals in total after two legs was something we were not expecting. And coming to the golden goal thing, Lokmanu, now I'm sure you noticed this. Samuel, as soon as he scored that fourth goal, he did not go for the fifth one. He went on the safer side. He knew he has to calm down. He does not have to be carried away with those goals that he scored because he knows Rudraksh is going to defend now. And he went back to his tactics, did not concede the last goal, which would have been heartbreaking. This game, I have a feeling it's not going to come anytime soon unless it's a kickoff. And my heart says Rudraksh is going to get this one because it's going to be a new game. Rudraksh is going to go into this one thinking, okay, I know I can score the first goal, and but then Samuel cannot be counted out seeing what he just did. But if he prefers to sit back, I have a feeling Rudraksh is somehow going to open them up.
Of course, indeed. And I think with that being said, we are going into this third leg, which is going to be a golden goal. We're just about to kick off with both these amazing players who've given us so much to talk about today. I think we were expecting a very dull game, knowing the competitive nature of both the players, knowing the personalities that are there when it comes to playing FIFA, and that is a possession based football versus someone who likes to do a lot of skills, as we all know with Rudraksh Pali. And I think that combination, basically, it's just mixing all the ingredients to spice something up and make a beautiful, beautiful dish out of it. And we are all enjoying that, cherishing it today on stream. The Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, powered by Hell Energy Drink. FIFA 21, as late as it is in its stages, it's just a game that has just been in its dying phases, right? Because obviously FIFA 22 is just around the corner. These guys are making it look as if this game, there's so much of life left into it, Selvin, and they have so much to go for, so much to win. There's always something to win as a competitive player, like you said. These are the things that are etched in your mind for a long, long time. And no wonder how good you are, or how average you are, or how much you want to become a better player, even if you're the best of the best. Playing FIFA as a competitive player, you want to win everything. And that being said, Samuel Kamraj versus Rudraksh Pali at this stage. Great bit of skills, and there we go. Rudraksh Bali scoring that golden goal right off kickoff, Selin. This is what you were talking about, right? You said it should not be a kickoff because it's going to be heartbreaking. And Samuel Kamaraj has been on the receiving end of it. What a fantastic goal. Rudraksh Bali being an ultimate professional, scoring that golden goal. Selin, your thoughts? I'm losing words here for this particular situation.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Rudraksh. I mean, over the three games that we had, I mean, counting the golden goal game as well, it was expected that it's going to be pretty close. And Rudraksh, kept his cool, knew what he was doing. He got the kickoff. He made the most of it. And Lokmanu, let's be honest, with Cristiano Ronaldo in that position, when it comes to a golden goal situation, you can bet all your money that he's going to score. And Rudraksh made sure that Ronaldo does not miss. And He does not take the pressure later on in the game, and he's done what he had to do. He had his mentality in place. Hard luck to Samuel. I think he gave us a very great, entertaining, set of games, and I do feel bad for him and for anyone, of course. When you lose in a golden goal situation or when you lose on penalties, it's always heartbreaking. But then you have only one winner. This game can have only one winner. And right now it was Rudraksh. I think even I am out of words after seeing so much entertainment, so many goals, those madness, moments of madness this time. I will not even say magic, but we've seen almost everything in this game, right from that zero angle goal to those penalties to this golden goal. I think these three games have had everything a FIFA enthusiast could ask for.
No, absolutely. I think this is the game a lot of people would want to come back, watch, and look at the look at the irony of that, Selvin. When we were expecting this game to be so boring and so dull, it actually ended up being a game that I would want to come back to the stream and watch it again, just because how of entertaining it was in its nature, especially with those penalties. Massive, massive congratulations to Rudraksh Bali for moving on to the next round. I think he's a player who always wants to win. It's just that he doesn't admit that he wants to become a pro player. We both know how much is it. We both always joke about that he always comes on Pro Players' stream and he's always ready for a friendly. And that sort of a grind, Simon, has paid off for him particularly. And commiserations to Samuel Kamraj. I think he performed really well. Very unfortunate with those penalties, by the way, with that Ramos penalties 2 times when Rudraksh Bali scored it. I think he deserved better, especially with that comeback. This should have gone to extra time and penalties like it is, but according to the format, they had to settle for a golden goal. But with that being said, it was a fantastic game. And all the viewers, stay tuned in because we are going to be quickly taking a break. And once we're back, we have one more game left, and we'll be saying adios to Selvin and introducing our other caster from this amazing team of casters. And Neil will be coming. Selvin, I would like you to say goodbye to everyone, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow right before we go to the break.
Absolutely. Look, Manu, thank you so much once again for being here. This is going to be me signing off. We had some amazing games today, and we'll be having another belter of a game coming in. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure you are here after the break as well, because we have some amazing casting and some amazing games just for you. So stay tuned.
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Want to see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Wanna see something hot? क्या तुम्हारे ठुमके में है मेरे वाला दम? जोश पर आए, अपना ठुमका लगा दुनिया हिला चैलेंज अपलोड करें और हर हफ्ते जीतें 25 लाख तक के इनाम।
There was a time when I drank coffee. Lots of it. That time is long gone. I switched because I like to keep up with the new trend. Energy, taste, power. What else do you need? For me, it's enough. Hell energy.
ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे फनी वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा। ये है होश। ये है जोश। ऐसे ही ढेर सारे रोमांटिक और क्यूट वीडियोस के लिए जोश में आ जा।
Good evening, guys, and welcome back to Josh Presents Esports Premier Series, powered by Hell Energy Drink. Welcome to the FIFA 21 tournament that we're doing, and joining me today is, of course, none other than Keel, known as Super Keel in the gaming industry. His name is actually Neil, so if you get confused between Keel or Neil, don't bother, it's the same person. Welcome in, you absolute legend. What are your thoughts on the next game? Obviously, first of all, I'd like you to join in and tell me, how do you feel about this tournament? I think you did watch the last match. For everybody who's tuned in beforehand, I think we saw some fantastic matches. But Neil, how are you?
I'm good, guys. I know he gave me a bunch of names and nicknames, but you can just call me Lokmanu Sidekick on the stream. And yeah, what a game we are right now, man. It was incredible.
No, I think that was fantastic, isn't it? Because you, as someone who loves to play FIFA and entertain people, I think this was the game which was supposed to be extremely competitive. And I know, Neil, that you're the last person who wants to put too much of his hands, or keep one side of it of your feet into the competitive scene. You're actually an entertainer, as we all know it, and you must be really happy to see that game ending up in a 6-5 battle, to be honest, when it comes to going actually into the golden goal. And now that game was done, I think to all the viewers who are tuning in now, you're going to be watching Chaitanya Singh versus Siddharth Thapa. This promises to be a fantastic game, and interestingly so, because I'm not going to be talking about it, but Neil, I'll throw this to you because it'll just be a bit too awkward for me to talk about this game. The winner of these two will be playing against me. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't think any of those two are going to be looking forward to play against you. But yeah, Chaitanya Singh, what a player. I know you played against him, and so have I. And I'll tell you an interesting story when it comes to this guy, okay? It's quite young. And when you play someone good, how often is it that post game you go and DM them, well played, you're amazing? Like, how often has this happened to you? Like, you played someone random and been so impressed with their skills that you just felt the need to, message them on the PlayStation app.
No, I think that speaks volumes, right? Because Chaitanya Singh, I've seen him play really well in the Delhi circuit. I think he's one of those players who always he has won some tournaments as well. When it comes to playing in that college circuit and playing and obviously in the big tournaments he's finished in the top four as well. Sometimes even in the top two, I think I remember. And he was always that person who would do those fancy skills, even beat some top pros. And Siddharth Thapa, on the other hand, is a player that promises to be really well. Because I think he does stream on YouTube, like you said, Neil, and you see the passion of
There's a,
these
there's a,
young
there's a,
players coming in. Yeah, go
there's,
on.
there's a huge asterisk there, okay? He streams on YouTube, but to this date, the only thing I've seen him stream is squad battles. So, fingers crossed, maybe I catch him at a bad time. But if your only experience is squad battles and you're facing this young, hungry lion in Chaitanya, this is going to be a bloodbath. Uh, I do hope that, Siddharth Thapa, interestingly enough, is also a freestyler. So his YouTube's full of, FIFA streams, primarily squad battles, and freestyling. But yeah, uh, I'm excited because I've never seen him play, and I've never seen him play a player of the caliber of Chaitanya.
No, I think when you mention squad battles and him being a freestyler, I think the best part about it is that he chooses that mode just so that he could record videos of him doing interesting stuff in that mode, because that's the only mode that allows you to skill that way and not against competitive players like Chaitanya. So I think for him this is going to be a very unique experience. You never know, FIFA surprises us, especially when it comes to tournaments like this. You can call it FIFA Esports. You can call a very competitive sort of tournament for these guys to play in, especially for Chaitanya, who always has a knack for competing and always playing against the top pros in the country. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic platform given by Josh presents Esports Premier Series powered by Hell Energy Drink. I think these are the events, these are the tournaments, Neil. I think that gives these young guys a platform who were never heard of, and for them to appear on stream, for them to actually play on stream and showcase their talent. I think it's fantastic, really. So I mean, it promises to be a really good game, but I really want to know your prediction and who's winning this. I can see that you're in Chaitanya's camp. Like, you've called him by a lot of names, which is really nice to hear because I think you seem like quite an admirer for him. What do you think is going to end up in terms of scoreline?
Like I said, based on what I've known and based on the experiences I've had playing against Chaitanya, I'm a fan of his, and 100%, 100%. Take this to the bank. Chaitanya's winning this one. Uh, Question is by how much? What do you think?
No, I mean, I really think now that you've been a massive Chaitanya supporter, I think depends upon how Chaitanya has been top of his game. Is he playing regularly? I think he keeps on talking about his recent finishes in the Foot Champions Weekend League, and that basically talks about him grinding the game day in, day out, right? So, with that being said, we are going into this game. It's finally time to see who is going to end up playing against me, in fact, tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to because this game is like an analysis for me. I know it sounds a bit weird to say this as a caster. I'll be playing the next game with the winner of this, but I think it's interesting at the same time. And you look at the team names, by the way. This is something all the viewers would enjoy. Cold shower versus sweet corn soup. I think we're on a holiday somewhere in Hawaii, Neil.
I mean, I know which one of those two team names I'm a fan of. 100%. Sweet corn soup. What was he thinking? I don't. I mean, these kids are so creative. Not only are they like so good at football at FIFA, but they're so creative too. And yeah, I mean, an opportunity to face you and to pull off one of the biggest upsets. I think both these guys will not be looking for any more additional motivation because they got everything to win and nothing to lose. Like what a tournament this is! Josh presents Esports Premier Series, uh, powered by Hell Energy, and it's incredible. Like this is the opportunity. The game is almost coming to an end, and one of these two guys gets to face you tomorrow, and really, make a name for themselves in the Indian FIFA scene.
No, I mean, keeping aside the fact that these one of these has to face me, because obviously now that I'm here casting this game, I really feel the kind of entertainment that the team names of these guys have like literally come out with. It's sort of similar to the entertainment that you see on the Josh app, isn't it? Because that's exactly the kind of entertainment that people want to see day in day out. And when you see football, especially FIFA Ultimate Team, giving you the option to keep such funny names. That being said, Siddharth Thapa on the attack, Aubameyang out of all people. Wow, that you see in this mode. Not a common sight. Especially, I think the new card of Aubameyang is what a lot of people have tried, but Siddharth Thapa looks to be in a position where he can give a competition to Salento. I don't think so. This is going to be a one-sided affair. The way the game has started, Neil. I think we were just
I mean, yeah, I really hope that Chaitanya pulls up his socks because right now he's making me look like a right fool. Okay, we can see some good interplay here. Those quick turns and those skill cancels. Hopefully, he gets it together because in the first 15 minutes, it's been quite even.
It does look indeed. I think that's some really good defending by Siddharth there. I mean, to be able to hold off Chaitanya, knowing the kind of skills that he can do. Great skills there. Tries to another cancel. Three cancels in the same position. What am I seeing here? It's like an F2 tech situation. What a save that is from the goalkeeper. Wow. I think he should have gone near post there, Neil. That finish should have been sealed. I think that shot did deserve a goal. And what a fantastic pass. Aubameyang on the break, sees the open goal. Goalkeeper movement on the wrong side. This is not what you were expecting. And there's a common side in FIFA 21. If you miss a chance, an obvious chance on the other end, you will concede. We've seen this ample amount of times. And the game has lived up to that situation, basically. And Siddharth Thapa, the underdog for this game, has taken the lead.
That too with a gold Aubameyang. What are
I
we
mean,
seeing right now? I-
I
Is
really
Chaitanya
thought
going to be knocked out by gold Aubameyang?
I think it's funny, isn't it? I think the fact that I was thinking it's the Aubameyang that came out recently, the latest SBC for all the FIFA enthusiasts to play the weekend, the FIFA Ultimate Team regularly. I really thought it's the new Aubameyang, but gold Aubameyang, the one that basically started off with the game. It's incredible to be able to score on an open net because the goalkeeper movement went wrong. Ronaldo has no space whatsoever. Siddharth Thapa, from being a professional freestyler, is basically looking really good in FIFA as well, Neil. I mean, did I say that too early? Shot cancels it. Varane in a very awkward position though. Ronaldo says sorry for that goal because Varane is nowhere near to be seen. I think he was standing his ground really well. I think it's the
That was very
commentator's curse, isn't
unfortunate.
it? That is
That was
indeed,
very
yeah.
very
I think
unfortunate. And the thing about Chaitanya's playstyle is that it's so tiring to defend it. he keeps doing those cancels. He keeps going left, right, left, right. Uh, he's just waiting for the mistake. And right now, I don't even know if it was a mistake or a bit of a glitch, but he got the chance. And on one hand, you got base Aubameyang, other hand, you got team of the season Ronaldo. Neither miss. And yeah, I mean, I think one more goal's coming. The way he's playing, the way he's controlling the ball, and more of these cheap giveaways from Siddharth Thapa, and he'll be conceding in no time.
Absolutely correct. I think that after defending so well, especially against the likes of Chaitanya, who, like you rightly said, is doing so many cancels. It's so tiring, it's draining. Ronaldo tries to do another cancel, but good goalkeeper movement there. I don't know if it was auto AI or it was manual movement. That was fantastic. Fantastic goalkeeper movement to be able to stop that shot. But Neymar does another skill. Nice directional nutmeg inside the box, but good defending. He cannot be giving away these cheap chances. Chaitanya has been all over him outside the box. It's just like a situation where a team in real football is playing on the counter attack with all the numbers defending back for him. Leroy Sané tries to place that pass to Cristiano Ronaldo. Somehow, Thapa is hanging by a thread in there, Neil.
I mean, it's still 1-1, but I don't expect it to be 1-1 for much longer because right now you can see Chaitanya's got his game plan and he is executing, and it's just a matter of time before he gets that goal. Siddharth Thapa, since that early attack, I don't think he's been out of his half. He almost got out now, or he did, and he's lost the ball. So back to attack versus defense it goes. Uh, I think Chaitanya will be pleased that despite that early goal which he conceded, and it was a cheap goal to concede on the break, he got back into it, and right now he's just all over him, and let's see, he should get his goal. But maybe I should be a bit less partial towards him. Siddharth Thapa has put on a good show, and to be 1-1 at this stage against such a good player who finishes Elite One, uh, it's no small feat.
It is not. I mean, to be able to hold him off, to be able to stop him, especially with the likes of the players that he has, like you had mentioned, the comparison that we're talking about is as big as Gold Aubameyang going up against team of the season Ronaldo, and he's been able to defend really well all this time. Half time of the first leg and first half of the first leg, if Siddharth Thapa scores a goal, Neil, in this particular tie, it could rattle Chaitanya a bit because that's when even the best players start thinking, oh, how did I concede even when I'm dominating? And those are some of the games that you eventually end up losing. So Chaitanya has to be on top of his game in order to
I mean,
finish
it makes me wonder. Aubameyang is there, and the other person in his strike force is Gold Marshall. And if Chaitanya wants to face you tomorrow, he should not be struggling against a team which is spearheaded by base Aubameyang and base Marshall. So he needs a victory, and he needs a dominant victory to get him ready for your for the game against you tomorrow.
That being said, I think he is getting ready indeed. What have I seen on my screen? This game can sometimes be really cruel and quite funny at the same time. Neil, oh my goodness, the way you laughed, it just speaks volumes about this game sometimes being extremely unfair to be on the defensive side of things. What was that mess
Be
up
honest with
between the
me.
defender and the goalkeeper there?
Are you happy that this happened right now and not against you?
No, I think I'm never happy because as a neutral, as a caster, whenever I see all these things happening and being on the receiving end of it so many times, I do not wish something like this on anyone. And I'm never happy when these things happen because it's funny but painful at the same time to watch. Because Thapa must be kicking himself at why am I so unlucky after scoring that first goal, knowing Chaitanya has a, you can say, a bit more skillful sort of a playing style, and to be able to defend him off for a really long time only to concede like this, it's just heartbreaking, isn't it, for a player like him? But then again,
Yeah, credit to him.
he
He's such a nice guy on his streams, and right now he's had such horrible luck. I think even the first goal he was quite unlucky. Let's see. Hopefully that goal Marshall pulls a rabbit out of the hat for him and scores. But let's be honest. The way Chetan is playing, the way he's being so disciplined in defense and so meticulous in his attack. Uh, I think the chances are that he scores one more before he concedes.
No, I think absolutely the fact that both these players are in a pole position to qualify for this next stage of the competition. We'll be moving on to the next round, facing, facing tougher competition in the next phases. Of course, whoever wins this fixture, and it's just 2-1 right now. Neil, it's not done and dusted. Even it's not done and dusted. Even if Chaitanya scores the third goal, because he definitely seems like to be in that position. Great defending there by Rafael Varane. Recent signing for Manchester United, by the way. Both of us being Man United fans, I think that's something that I definitely wanted to talk about.
Absolutely, I can't wait for him to make his debut. I think this Sunday, and yeah, hopefully he does not have a nightmare like how Siddharth Varan has had a nightmare today. Yo, Lokman, the,
Absolutely, I
the
think.
last time I saw Chaitanya play, he was actually playing against Saksham Ratan, and he beat him in the weekend league. And today he's faced Siddharth, who's not exactly playing at the same level as Saksham did, but that day he did display that he's got that skill to really soak up pressure and hit the opponent on the break. Today it seems like he's the one who's going to be putting the pressure on, and yeah, I want you to know, like, tell us how have you fared against Chaitanya?
Now, I think whenever I faced Chaitanya in tournaments in Delhi, it's been a close affair, and then I don't think I have lost to him in any tournament yet, but it's always been close. So I would like to keep it that way if that happens, if that sort of matchup happens tomorrow. But with that being said, Chaitanya is a very good player. He has beaten a lot of pros. It has been very close. There have been times when I've had to win on penalties, particularly playing against him. And I've seen him play against the likes of Saksham, like you mentioned, the likes of even CJ sometimes, the likes of Sid, Saranj, and he does try and give them as much as competition as possible. With that being said, that was a fantastic chance created. Some great movement there. La Croqueta cancels inside the box. Should have gone far post. Just not enough. Goes the near
I'm
post. I think
surprised
that
he
was the
missed
wrong
that.
choice. Yes, so am I. I
Yeah, I
think that
mean
should have been.
it's team of the season Ronaldo. He should not be missing that.
He should not be missing that. I think Chadan is going to be kicking himself if he ends up basically conceding right now, because that does happen a lot in FIFA, as we just saw with the first goal. Siddharth Thapa has to up his game. He feels really quiet. He hasn't created much of chances apart from the one goal that he did score on the counter attack. He has to keep the ball a bit. He has to try and do some skills to be able to beat Chaitanya's defenders. You have to know the meta. As a competitive FIFA player, you have to be right at the top with everything that is meta. And you see those brilliant skills that Chaitanya is doing. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, isn't it, Keel? Because you are known for the kind of entertainment that you do on your own streams, actually, and is to do those skills. And we are seeing exactly something like that from Chaitanya here.
I mean, I think Chaitanya is a couple of levels above me when it comes to the skills and everything. But yeah, like you said, a very interesting point you made. You either know the meta, or you can wave goodbye to any hopes of becoming a pro in this game. It's so important to follow the rules of the meta and just find something and then ruthlessly exploit it, which is what Chaitanya is doing with the cancels and the croquetas and just the patient style. But Siddharth Thapa, on the other hand, is playing like someone who does not play at the top levels of foot champs or in any of these online tournaments. Don't you agree with me?
Oh, I definitely do. I think the fact that you have to grind this game day in day out and to learn the meta. I mean, look at the skills Chaitanya is doing. He has the chance to finish this leg in style. Neymar Jr. plays it out to Dybala. Has the chance of scoring another goal. What a brilliant save once again from this goalkeeper. What is this goalkeeper on? Honestly, it definitely doesn't seem like he's had just the normal course of breakfast. To be honest, he's eaten something special in there because he's just defending, like stopping those shots like crazy. Definitely feels like he is sort of like a cheat code for Siddharth Thapa there to be able to stop all those chances. And the match, interestingly so, the names Cold Shower Boys has gone down to Sweet Corn Soup. Well, Keel, isn't that quite interesting for the first leg?
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a good game. It's not been the route that I thought it would be, and I'm happy because you always like to see it. Two players with such differing play styles just going at it. Uh, Again, I do expect Chaitanya to get better in the second leg and take this away. But credit to Siddharth Thapa, maybe I judged him a bit too quickly based on his squad battles performances in on his YouTube stream.
No, I think it's obviously a case where you end up looking at players where they come out of nowhere. Siddharth Thapa, of course, is one of those players. You came out of nowhere, you play in a tournament. Sometimes you end up impressing those players, impressing the whole community and everybody watching the stream, especially this tournament. Josh presents Esports Premier Series powered by Hell Energy Drink. You have to thank the sponsors for making this possible, especially when it comes to hosting a tournament of this size, of this magnitude, with so many opportunities to earn that cash prize for yourself as an esports enthusiast, as a gamer. You have the option of competing in different esports titles. And if you are a FIFA fan, you are at the right place for this particular stream because there are some amazing players playing this tournament, especially when it comes to moving on to the later stages of this tournament as it keeps getting really interesting. Chaitanya Singh is, of course, an aspiring pro player, and Siddharth Thapa, on the other hand, is looking a bit shaky for the first leg. We are, of course, waiting for the second leg to start, and we will see in just exactly how much time that match comes in. But
I mean,
Neil, on the
Chaitanya
other
Singh is
hand,
also an aspiring. Go on, go on.
yeah, absolutely. No, go on, talk about him.
So yeah, I mean, not only is he an aspiring pro FIFA player, he's also an aspiring bodybuilder. I mean, I remember,
Wow.
I think I first got acquainted with him 1 year back, and recently put up this picture on Instagram, and oh my god, like this kid is just smashing it in all areas of life. He's destroying pros in FIFA, and he's making those gains in the gym. So yeah, he's one of, I think he's like you, one of those all rounders who excels in everything they do.
No, I mean that's saying a lot to be honest, but yeah, isn't that the goal for everybody that you want to be an all-rounder at anything and everything that you do? There are pro FIFA players who want to become the best of the best while being able to manage their studies, or while being able to manage their college, or while they want to just do the things that they would love to do in life apart from gaming and apart from being a FIFA player. So I think that's the case with Chaitanya, that he wants to be good at the game, but on the other side, he wants to maintain quite a physique, I have to say, because I've seen him go from absolutely skinny to being a just someone who is so bulked up, so confident in his approach, and that's what we can see in the game as well. The confidence oozing out of him to be able to have a chance and play at the highest level. These are the personal side of things of players as well, Keel. I think that's something that we tend to ignore a lot of times when we're just in a professional tournament. We always talk about the player and how good he is in game, but what people sometimes miss out on is the personal life and the things that players do to be able to get to that level. And I think Chaitanya has done that really well.
Absolutely, it's so key that you strike the right balance between not just making sure that your FIFA skills are up to date, that your knowledge of the meta is second to none, but also sleep, diet, just exercise, all these things, and on top of that, and I think all these things play a role in your mental health. You require everything, because again, you guys are athletes, you guys are competing on the biggest stage, and you guys need to make sure that all your bases are covered and nothing is lacking.
Yeah, absolutely. I think those are the things that make you a better player. If not a, if just not a better FIFA player, just a overall personality when it comes to coming into the gaming scene and FIFA in particular. And we always talk about entertainment, isn't it, on the other side? And with that being said, Josh is one of the most premier entertainment apps there is in the country. And if you have to look at Chaitanya, and that's something that we did with Darvesh as well, Neil, if you remember some of the banter for the community that we always do. Darvesh had blue hair uh, when he started off playing in this tournament. So I think those are the kind of interesting things that you can associate with the entertainment side of things that come with the players from our community looking really different, having a different look about them, and joking and laughing around, which is not particularly the case with this game because it is very sweaty and both the players would want to do the best to be able to win this. But
I
Neil,
mean,
I
it's
think,
funny that you bring up
yeah, no, go on.
it's a, it's funny that you bring up Darvesh, because I think one of our first interactions has been on Darvesh's stream, and I do miss his streams. And I just remember just remarking that Darvesh and his streams was such a fun event, and there was nothing like, it's not like he's cracking some really high level humor, like, some jokes or something, but just the vibe there was immaculate. And yeah, it's all these guys who not only good at FIFA, who not only entertain us with their gameplay, but they do have that intangible, and that is so important. Not just in FIFA, but in any context.
No, absolutely. And this is the platform to do that because we see these players streaming and making content and doing all these sort of things on their own channels. But when you come on a as big as channel Esports Premier Series is, you basically tend to bring that energy over. You try and entertain people as much as possible with your gameplay, with your personality, and make this tournament a success. And obviously, shout out to the sponsors, Josh and Hell Energy Drink, to be able to give that platform to these players and have a tournament of this magnitude. A prize pool worth over in lakhs when you reach the LAN event, and to have a chance to play against the likes of CJ who qualified from the first tournament, that's big, right? So it's a mixture of entertainment, your personality carrying over, the way you present yourself on the game, like inside the game, the way you basically line up and show that you're a good FIFA player and an entertainer as well. So all these things combined make this tournament a success. And I mean, I'm glad to be here, Neil, because that's a step towards growing the FIFA scene in India, which we haven't had the opportunity in the last few years. Only actually in the last couple of years, with tournaments as big as these, we've had a platform to basically talk more about it and get a very close knit community together. So if you're watching this and if you want to be a part of the FIFA community, you can always subscribe to the Esports Premier Series YouTube channel that you are watching right now to be able to stay tuned up to all the tournaments that are going to happen. There is a Discord also in place for Esports Premier Series. All the access of that will be available to you as a FIFA player. And the likes of myself and the other pros in the community, all the other personalities in the community, you will be able to get in and experience this sort of level of FIFA. So, Neil, talk a bit more about this FIFA scene growing in India. What have you seen from the outside? Because you yourself not a pro, but you are aware about the pro scene. You know everybody very well because it's a very close knit community. What would be your uh, thought process, or what would you tell someone who's watching from the outside? What exactly
I
we should
mean,
do? Yeah.
it, it's so vast, and there's so many people with so many aspirations. Some want to be content creators, um, some want to be pro players, some just want to be famous and they want to use FIFA as a vehicle to get there. And it's really exciting, watching new people come in. I think a few months ago I had no idea who Chaitanya was, and now I'm convinced that he's going to get a 30-0 very soon in FIFA 22. Uh, Again, Siddharth Thapa. I met him on the Indian FIFA community group that you started, and which is such a big group with so many people coming in. And yeah, it's so nice to see that not only is he making some FIFA content, but he's also doing freestyling on the side. So this community is really growing, and I really do believe that we're still at the level zero. Like get in because the doors of this elevator are closing, and we're going very very high.
No, indeed it is, because when you see the opportunity that all these players and young people are getting in terms of being able to stream on different platforms, to show their content off, to basically compete against the players that, like you rightly said, Chaitanya Singh, of course, an example in this particular case, has come into the pro scene, played against a few pros, and gained so much of experience. And he shares all of his recent successes on the WhatsApp group as well, that we are so close knit. So exactly, to all the viewers who are watching this, it's just a matter of approaching players and being a part of the scene. And obviously, with the likes of Esports Premier Series giving you that platform to be able to participate in these tournaments, it just makes it even better, isn't it? So yeah, I think we are running a bit late with the next leg, which there is some technical difficulties that we are facing with the second leg of this last match of today, the winner of which will be going forward to the next phase of the competition. And I think, Neil, the first things first, when it comes to streaming, right? Would you rather prefer to entertain people, or would you rather prefer to play for them to watch you as a pro player? If I was to ask, if you're a pro and if you're a content creator at the same time, what would you prefer? Would you prefer that, that passion and then that, that competitiveness all the time? Would you just want to sit back, enjoy, and talk to people? I know what the case is with you, but if there was an alter ego that you had, what would you choose in that case?
Look, it's a bit it's I don't think I'm the right person to ask because I know what you pros go through. I know when the new FIFA starts, there are pros who are putting in 14, 15 hours a day just to get familiar with the meta. And content creation on the other hand is a bit more laid back, like you said. Again, you know me, you know what my answer is. The only reason why I will grind this game and not just play like competitive level football. FIFA is different, but grinding FUT, we only do that for the audience, for the stream, for the interaction. So yeah, I don't think I will be doing the pro stuff anytime soon. Not least because I know the talent, the ability required is way too high, and so are the hours, so is the hard work, so is the smart work. So yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. But I do enjoy watching the pros play. That is uh, a different level of fun in itself. Like today's game, Bali versus Kamraj.